What do we sign up at? Just start.
For public comments?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty good talk, guys.
Here at this desk. Want me to sit over here? In
Yeah.
the blue jacket?
Most of these people got
Is that? Everybody on here, guys.
No, she knows. She's gonna be better than us.
We're like this for one.
Public comment?
I'm sorry?
Do we check in with you, public comment?
Yes, if you want.
Can I get another? Can I check my friend in? Because he's getting a little bit late, but I want to turn his paper in because I don't want to be.
Once the board comes into the room,
Yeah.
I can no longer accept cards.
No, but I'm saying, can I sign him in?
Shouldn't be a problem.
Thank you. Come on, your pen. Thank you.
I almost said Kuna for this one, so I was on the right track, just different language. Same concept. Yes. My brain's already in it. Yeah, there's some overlap.
Oh, you needed the name, right?
Just a name, sir. And then the topic that you would like to address.
Oh, you guys
Here you go.
Okay, so just so you're aware, I'm looking 53.
Yeah.
And this is for Ryan.
Green hat audits.
Okay, and then what's the topic?
We're gonna keep it confidential. Whenever we come up, we're gonna talk about the topic that we're talking about.
Can I just get a vague topic? Just give me vague. It could be anything.
Just call our name. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? On a respectful level, I'd rather keep it to where I want to address everybody. I don't really want nobody to see this kind
But
of
it's in
comment.
reference to the
To the
meeting as a
community.
whole.
Yep.
Got you.
Thank you.
Connected to the old testament. And in the old
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
You know-
Thank you so much for coming.
Hell yeah. That was kind of crazy. That was kind of crazy way, me like reading up on it. That was pretty crazy,
What you think of the bill?
Man,
Tell me that ain't wrong. Tell
that's
me that ain't
crazy.
fruity.
That's really crazy for me.
To take up the kids like that? But they don't like people talking about it.
Oh, they're gonna talk about it today. They're gonna hear it.
Oh, I'm just here for crossing
You know?
guards. I have
You wanna
to
see?
take
Look.
my phone.
We're live. Look. Check it out for yourself.
Oh, very cool.
See that?
Very cool.
That's what we are guys doing.
Good, so they can put them on the spotlight.
Oh, you guys want to see the names? Mr. Quiñones. Look. They're the ones that make the decision for your city, guys. Those are the guys that sit on the boardroom and make the decision for your city. So
Yeah, I mean, not
this is where we at, guys. I'm gonna stand in the back because I know there's gonna be no seats and stuff. So I'll be standing right there. Don't worry, I ain't going nowhere.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, let me give you this. Here, don't give them to nobody.
Can I give one to
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What are we missing out on?
It's gonna be a crazy topic, something where they want to take the money away from the city, so they could mess around with our crosswalks. You know what I mean? So that's kind of a tough process to assess. We being from the public, you understand what I'm saying? Like we worried about mass shootings, now we're gonna worry about kids walking to school, making sure they're across the street. You crazy? You crazy? So we gotta let the people know what's going on in the city of Santa Ana. You know what I mean? So sometimes people don't have a voice. So check it out. I'm bringing along 70-something people checking out with me, and it's still going up. So I want to bring them along so they can see what kind of city they got right here. You know what I mean? That's what it's about, supporting the people. You know? What happened? No, it's on YouTube live. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate you, let me tell you.
That'd be crazy. I just like to make it aware for the people to see, you know what I mean? It's like, there's got to be transparency. Like, look, if you guys turn around right here, nobody records. See that shit?
at a point.
And that's crazy, you know. They can't even tell you nothing if you start recording. Like, that's your right. It's a public chamber. You got to hear the people, you know. Sometimes 50, 70 some people in here, they ain't got time to come, but tune them on and they sitting down, eating their coffee, tuning into Santana, what type of stuff we're going to talk about today. Straight out, you know.
But it's good though because what did it run away to for a kid to get run over?
Look, right now we're going to see all how much they make so they could be crying. We're going to see how much every single one of them makes. Check it out.
Where are you going on California Transparent?
No,
No?
no.
That's where you find out the salary.
No, I got my boy Polyglots. He's a monster. Oh man, this trust me. These guys behind me, they're very aware of who am I. You know what I mean? They don't want to mess with me. You know when the eagle lands, guys? The eagle landed, guys. And it's packed. Let me tell you right now. Everybody got stunned when the camera showed up. We got kind of meet them in the middle. I could tell we got bootlickers for sure, though. I can't wait till they step on the podium, see what they're going to talk about, guys. I wonder if that's the podium right there. Look. I wonder if that's the podium. It's going to be a good one. You know what's the cool thing? I ain't dying anytime soon. Look, I got my snacks. I got my big old battery. I ain't going nowhere anytime soon. You know? Thought I wasn't coming? I think it's very important because even like, they just say it passes here, right? Imagine how easy se le va a hacer a Ely County to do it in the Ely County. You understand what I'm saying?
Si no lo quieren pagar aquí, everyone else will
And dude, how many of the people in the community don't take their kids to school? A lot of them. A lot of the parents don't take their kids to school. They be like, oh, make it safe because they know there's a crosswalker there. They're gonna make sure all the cars stop and make sure the kids walk to school. The only people that are being llorones because they ain't got no kids or they bastard babies and they try to make somebody's life impossible. No, it's not gonna happen. And I'm gonna say it how it is. People gotta hear that kind of stuff sometimes, you know, so it can sink in. Because if you come at them now, no, you don't. You know what?
No te hace caso. No te hace caso y te me da con cara de pendejo.
When was the last time you see somebody do that? They won't tell me nothing, and they won't tell me nothing. The only time I gotta move out the way is when the chamber starts. You know, when it starts talking and everything. I gotta respect it. I can be loud because they can kick me out. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I gotta be respectful. You know. But it's good talking about it. Let people aware what's here for the topic.
There was this lady that was walking her 6-year-old to school. Somebody crashed into her and it's like,
Did she got ran over by one of them trash trucks or something like that? I think it was. Yeah, not recently. Yeah. To me, I hear about it because like when people reach out to me, it's like my stuff is for the people. Like you know, this what I do is for the people, so they can have a bigger voice than sometimes people try to silence us. You understand what I'm saying? And when you come out here like this to what I do, that's what I do it for. You know, para que la gente sepa out there what goes on out there, you know, with the community. You know, because look, stand up. How many people recording? Oh yeah.
Did you read the one about the voice of the
Yeah,
Oh, that's oh, okay.
This YouTube, I'm on YouTube live. I'm live, so it's more like the people talking, the people chatting. It's not even me, you know what I mean? It's like I'm just coming to bring them that education. Sometimes people can know, you know your rights. You know, wherever you at, you see the problem, speak up on it. You know, it's gonna make you better. You want to do something for the community, speak up, straight out. You know, I'm not from Santa Ana. You know, I'm not from Santa Ana, but I support the people. And sometimes people reach out to me, I'ma come. You know, trust me, I'ma come.
Yeah, you made that's what it is. So to me,
So they could understand that, you know, and it's a bigger lesson. Sometimes people say, I like you with a lesson.
The next school year starts 2023
What was that all about?
to 2024.
You know what I'm saying?
all right.
And it's cool. I'll take that. I think public comment's gonna be 3 minutes. Whoa, guys, look, 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes, guys.
41 schools.
We in Santa Ana, guys. You already know when the Eagles goes live, it's something gonna happen. Something's gonna happen.
Council that says we will pay half of the $7 million. Why would you not? It's in the ESSER fund. It's a lot. All of the ESSER. So when you want to find out like a lot of the fundings and the money, it's their ESSER funds. They're ESSER or ESSR. You know what? Let me show you something.
Hey, Polyglass, do me a favor, Big Polly. How much Mr. Torres makes right there, Polly? Because that's the guy in the middle. I'm thinking he's going to talk. Man, you just sent me a seat. Why you didn't send me a seat? Oh, my God. That would have been cool.
You know what? You're recording. Get the key.
No.
You know why? Because it's being
That's what I'm talking about.
Get the key.
No, who's sitting right there? Is this seat taken right here?
I hesitated
Oh,
sitting on this.
it's not? He was going to sit here? Oh, my God. Thank you.
We may have a student still.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we're sitting on unknown seats.
Do you have a big
See, los cortos.
A little bit. Yeah, look, I'm live on YouTube right now. Check it out for yourself, look, guys. I'm on YouTube live right now. It's just for me. I'm for the people, you know. Like I'm here on the topic because they reached out to me telling me that they want to defund the people with the crosswalkers, you know, people that cross your kid to school and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And by them taking their money away, the kids are not going to be safe. Imagine we deal with mass shootings. Now we're going to deal with kids walking to school. Like, really, bro? Like, Santa Ana want to take those funds away from the city? That's pretty wrong. So I'm the type of person that I'm going to hold county officials accountable for stuff like that. Like I was telling the people right here, stand up. Look how many people recording. Check it out. None. You know what I'm saying? It changes the perspective how they do their job the minute they're on camera. And they know it. You know what I mean? That's why I do it for the people, so they can have a bigger voice than what it is, you know? I come and teach this out here. Like, yeah, sometimes some of my videos could come out on lesson, but sometimes you can't be respectful no more because when they try to do shit like that, they got to hear you. They got to hear you. You know, and this is for the people. That's why when I pulled up, like, whoa, there's a lot of people. And it's cool, you know? I don't get nervous about it. Like, you got to know how to speak up and speak up for your people, dude. Whatever anybody does, like, it could be any like, I don't go based on whatever race it is, you know? It's just like, dude, like, you really want to take our crosswalkers away? Like, they walk our kids crossing the street, bro. Like, a lot of the kids have a connection with crosswalkers, people. Every time they see them every day, hey, boom, and they look forward to that. You know what I mean? So now they want to take that away, man, it's crazy. So we're going to make them aware that the city's watching. And trust me, they're going to be aware by tomorrow. Let me check it. Give you a sticker, look. I'll give you a sticker. Look. Look. So you guys can tap in. I'm on YouTube live right now. So if you scan it, but I got an Instagram. I go to all public council meetings, like every city, any city. I'm the guy that goes and speaks up for the people, you know. And like I said, man, when I figured this, like when I started having this kind of stuff and having a bigger voice in this, it's like I support street vendors, you know. Like you come after our street vendors, you're gonna get it for free. You understand what I'm saying? And then when city council members, public health departments want to come after our eloteros, tamaleros, and stuff like that. Oh yeah, you know. I'm gonna go where you work at, because that's what it is. It's a community stuff. We gotta come together. You know what I mean? And I'm that guy. Look, go on Instagram. You can check it out for yourself. And you can link up right into my YouTube channel right there. Like, type in right there, South Central Audit.
No, I'm actually with a very smart woman and
Now you see the videos, like even go like to the second video, like look at the comments, it goes crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Okay. Next to your parents.
Stay tuned. Watch it. Be safe. Oh, I got a good seat right here. All right?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
This is the best part here. Look. Bam. Wow.
I like it. I wish people would do it.
This is your right. And that's why I tell the people, like, this is your right, you know, to come out here and do it, have a voice, you know. It's not about, like,
So we may be needing you to go because there's employees of the year that are also getting recognized
cool.
that they're going to need this.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand right there.
Yeah,
and
no,
say,
you're good.
okay,
Until they come in here.
Gotcha. They're gonna want me to leave, guys.
I'm just in until you pick us up.
Because they're looking, because there's two different employees that are being recognized that because we took all these seats.
So as soon as you say leave, I'll stand in the back.
En mi canal de YouTube. Yo apoyo mucho a todos a la raza, oiga, saber los derechos, ¿no? De venir acá cuando tienen un problema en la ciudad hacer con la comunidad es bien importante, ¿no? Porque uno que es latino, madre, los quieren callar, ¿no? No tienen esa voz porque tienen miedo, porque me deportan, sí entiendo yo eso, pero a mí no me lo pueden hacer. Cuando uno tiene una voz hay que expresarla, ¿no? En algo positivo. Yo como mi canal es algo para la gente. Yo como vine, por eso vine para acá, a la ciudad. Yo no soy de esta ciudad, pero yo como apoyo a toda la comunidad. Y cuando la comunidad me manda y si quiere localizar conmigo, yo me voy a presentar allá. No, lo que dicen en Instagram, TikTok, YouTube y todo, ¿no? ¿Y ustedes aquí vienen para acá preguntando?
I have one now, but it's very
Oh my God.
I need to learn how to get.
Artist, you sing? You play instrument? What instrument you play? Oh, that's a hard instrument. Nice. That's pretty nice. ¿Sí me lo enseña, dígale, para que la gente lo mire? Pretty cool. I'm gonna check out the workout. Damn, my boy, good looking out. Look at these guys right here, look. Orange County Artist of the Year. That means she plays the violin, guys. She's gonna get an award today, getting recognized, you know? Somebody just donated a dub. Somebody just donated 20. Good looking out. Now I'm telling you, like, my boy's gonna pull up on me next time. Can I sign my boy in? So like, yeah, so I signed him in. My boy Ryan, I'm telling you. And, yeah, he's my boy.
Yes, we will need these 5 seats.
Cool, cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for understanding. We appreciate it.
Thank you for letting us in for a bit.
You guys wanted to see the people that recognize students, guys, recognize parents, you know?
Sir, please sit down. You're going to be recognized today, so
Can't even look like a. Still
thank you.
¿Hay otro foto?
Hey, the eagle landed, huh? Told you.
But it's true though, you do have a good point. I don't want to speak for them.
Right now they're gonna hear them.
Oh, see.
Watch when they all come out. I better guarantee you, they've already been.
Hola. ¿Cómo está? See, there's an overflow room if you guys want to sit down.
Oh, no, we good. We good.
Okay. So
Thank you.
eventually, once it starts, we can't block entryways.
I won't block.
Feel free to
I will block the
flag
intro. And your name is
us. Bianca.
Bianca. What? And what are you to here?
I am the assistant superintendent of teaching and learning.
Okay, thank you.
Very nice to meet you.
What the hell's wrong with her? I guarantee you, no, they're not gonna walk up to me no more. Blocking no way. Shut up. Look, she sat down like a puppy now. Look. Man. That's the first Llorona, guys. You guys wanted to see the first Llorona? There she go. Certified, too. She ain't gonna kick me out this chamber, I guarantee you that. Ain't no Llorona gonna tell me to leave. They call me the soul chaser. The soul taker.
Yo hablo. Tú hablas.
She's the first Llorona, my boy. Right here. This one. First one.
How many are we gonna back today?
Huh?
How many are we gonna back today?
I don't know, man. I want to see how many Llorones and Lloronas gonna pop up, man. You know? Perfectamente, madre, ¿cómo no? Me estás vendiendo, madre.
Oh no. These women here, they're hardcore pro-life. So they go to a lot of places and speak English and Spanish, especially Spanish to like the public and all.
Yo por eso mi canal es lo que hablo en inglés y español, porque tengo mucha gente que me sigue en inglés, ¿verdad? Pero en español me gusta hablarlo porque mucha gente sí se comunica, ¿no? En YouTube, estoy en YouTube, en vivo, aquí. Es que no me gusta que me digan llorones ni lloronas nada, güey. It's a public chamber, you know? Miss me with that. Ya le virtieron, no le digas nada a ese cabrón. Nada. Wrong move. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. I'm gonna keep everything on the test, bro.
No, that's what I'm trying to
Crazy,
figure
right?
out. I see some crazy motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Right?
I'm not gonna lie, I think in the back of cup. So there's Lloronas and Llorones?
Llorones and lloronas.
How do you get certified?
When you try to give me a directive,
Certified on the spot?
certified at the spot. Like right now, she is certified herself.
Do they get a sticker or what?
Nah, they're gonna get put on the shirt.
Ahora.
So I'll go back on my video, screenshot her lloron, and put the little crybaby, you know, and put them on the shirt.
It's like a scarlet letter, right?
Yeah. And then I put Santa Ana with a shirt which says Santa Ana.
So, hey, but you don't want to be certified, right?
You don't want to put yourself in that position.
You better act right. Do your thing, man.
Hey, 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 got me a spot. Hey, got me a spot.
I know, it's not sad. Oh, ya está. ¿La mira? Está caminando.
I have to do that this thing because for me it's like they know that they're gonna stay right here for me because we're gonna catch this little pack right here.
I'm just gonna walk around real quick.
Yeah. This is my boy Andy, guys. Greenhead Audits. Check him out. The eagle landed, baby eagle, man. Tap in with my boy Ryan, guys. I signed you up, fool. I put Ryan Greenhead Audits. I didn't put the subject. We're just gonna talk about what we talk about. Oh, it's my boy. Look, it's my boy Ryan. He's gonna hit me up about the thing.
So it's like that they're trying to like take away those like the crosswalks.
Well, the situation is, there was a meeting for the city of Santa Ana, right? And they brought up, like, their officials that were quoted at the Voice of Lucy saying, we're willing to pay for half of a $7 million contract. So why do we not even have a contract for cross guards, right? That's stupid.
And
They
then
have a
is
lot of
this,
money.
as far as there's cops at the school, right?
I
Like some
believe
of the
so.
schools have cops at the school. So if they have money to fund the cops, then they have more than enough money.
No. If you ever want to look for the funding,
Lawless, what's up, my boy Lawless?
go to Esther Funds. It tells you literally, this is one of the largest school districts here in the state of Santa Ana. They get a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So what are they doing with the money
Not
that they
just
don't
that, but
want to
any school that has money to fund
You know,
the police has
my
more
boy
than enough money to fund
Ryan was gonna pull up on
but they
me.
don't want to.
Why?
That's for sure,
And then they fund the police because they rather incriminate the kids than help them. So that's what we did. We over there in Whittier, California high school, the school deputy told a kid to go back to Mexico. The school didn't want to act
That
on
ain't
it.
right. You can't talk to kids like that.
Exactly.
Trip out,
Because
trip
that's
out what
how your
happened,
kids are
and trip out what happened.
She ain't there no more.
You can't talk to people like that. It doesn't matter where you're from, you're here.
But like I told my boy, like I told him, everything changes when the camera pops up. Like I told him when we put who the hell's recording? Nobody. Look. I did a whole circle in front of everybody's name, you seen that? And everybody was just looking at me.
No, but it's like right when I was outside, I see that the incident commander is there. Why the hell is that police incident commander here? That's a lot of that's a lot of the city's money just going just to that, just to him being here as president. They make a lot of money. That's a lot of the tax money. That's a lot of the school resource going to that.
I never looked into the funding for that.
It's insane.
I usually just, when it's certain things, I'll look into the funding as a school district.
That was to the
Especially like schools like
John
school districts
Eagle,
like this.
Monique, nah, you already know Monique.
With COVID money.
What's up, Sonia?
American
All
Rescue
this,
Act money,
Ali,
CARES Act money.
and everybody watching. What's the deal?
Why do they not have a
You
contract
already
signed
know.
for kids?
No, exactly. But it's because the reality is because it's a predominantly brown school. Predominantly brown population. So that's the reality. That's what they do to our people. You even got the police here. If they got money to fund the police, why are they taking resources away from the kids? That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know. You didn't think I was a pillar or what?
Of course I know you was, my boy. What you
I
mean?
hope to see you guys tomorrow. You guys here
I appreciate
in this
you.
county.
We had one. In Santa
Hey, they
Ana.
want, what was your Instagram again?
Bonita Falls.
Huh?
Bonita Falls.
Hey, Polly, look for me. It's Bonita Falls. Bonita Falls. Spell it for me.
BONITAFALLS.
Unified School District Board of Education meeting.
Bonita Falls, my boy. She's the one that hit me up about this. And let me know what's going on over here in the city.
Are you familiar with around the area?
Well,
Are you familiar with a lot of them?
what do you mean? As
Like
far
in the
as
school district?
recently, no, but I grew up in this school district.
Okay.
Born and raised here.
And then as far as like the counselor to student ratio, it's horrible, huh?
On a district level, I couldn't tell you much. I can tell you more stuff as far as county level because I do go to a lot of the Board of Education.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So the board that oversees a lot of this stuff.
So who are the board members?
I haven't walked up yet. They all sit right there, my boy.
So right there. I really want to know that ratio, bro. I really want to know that counselor to student ratio.
Hell yeah, guys, go follow Bonita Falls. She's the one that hit me up.
Know that. I'm glad that you brought that up.
And student to counselor ratio, because obviously some schools have 180 students per one counselor, which is unrealistic. You know.
I should have brought him up.
But yeah, guys, we're right here to advocate for the students of the Santa Ana Unified School
That's a
District.
good thing to look into, student. So do you also just cover community stuff or what
Yeah,
is
we
your
do all community stuff. Majority of my stuff is like street vendors, homeless people, and just black and brown people.
See, you should actually attend
From Whittier.
for your LA camp. Do you know how much?
Hell yeah, she did. Let me know about what's going on in the city of Santa Ana. Imagine the mess with the street vendor. Now they're trying to cut off the crosswalk people.
We've been there, so we're oversized.
No, guys.
So we expose them, we film them. We also go to advocate for homeless people, street vendors. I mean, we all have our own jobs too, so this is on our own time.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Are you sitting right
So
here?
thank you for that.
I never knew a lot of stuff until I started looking at contracts, and then I started realizing how much money everyone gets for the contracts that they do.
And that's the,
Do stuff for the kids that what is it, like
OC
artists?
Artist of the Year. They're first after the
No, I'm saying like what kind of awards are they? I mean, the people would like to know what kind of award it is. Like,
for the Artist of the Year. And actually one of them won it, one of the 70
wow.
So we recognize them. One of them
And the people, and then if people need to know anything about the Senate and the police department, there's a lot of scandals with them.
Your
And there's
teacher at
also
school?
recently a recent one
Oh, your teacher at
where
school?
they tried to shut down a community event that was full of black and brown people.
Oh,
Trying to make
wow,
false
that's pretty
accusations.
cool.
It was a community event that was formed. It was a.
Now, would you say on a positive note, like I know that they don't want to have these deformed people that make our kids cross the street safe, you know what I mean? The crosswalkers.
It's
Well, that's just for the
And I think-
that's just for the people to know
and I
where
think-
what.
Yeah, and I
Like, who are the
think
people overseeing
it's a
their
bigger
kids,
problem
you
now.
know?
That now, like what we do, you know, friend do, we hold city council officials accountable for stuff like that because
Yeah, guys.
those are people's kids. You know, they could be your grandkids, and we got to make sure that our kids walk across the street safely. Like I say, man, we deal with mass shootings now. We're
Right now,
going to
the
do
street
with our
vendors
kids.
is already like tough
We're
names,
not even
especially
going to
because
across the street safely. Like, come on, baby girl. Like,
over here, so
I
we
think
had to
that's
come
a
over
bigger
here
problem.
eventually.
And
Just everything going down
a lot
in
of
LA
people,
County.
and I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people don't want to put that voice to it, but I think I'm a person that a lot of people might have a misconception how I go about it, but you know what, this is the only way that they're gonna hear it. You know, and I respect everybody's decision. Like that's why I ask them, hey, what kind of awards could you respect them? Because I'm a father, you know. I'm a father, so no, I don't. I'm not from this district. They do that. They send me a message and my platform, you know, they let me know, and I come and vote that voice for the people that don't have, that feel scared, that I'm worried that they're gonna come and retaliate with me.
No, but you
You
think
know
about
what
it,
I'm
it's like
saying?
they fired
For
so
me,
many
it's
people
all
during
about
COVID,
keeping
right?
the
But
community
they didn't
together.
fire no police officers.
You know what I'm saying? Like that right there.
They funded police officers.
What's gonna
for
happen
anything.
when
Took
a person,
opportunity.
because there's no crosswalking, they want to
And it's
fly
expensive.
now and it takes you
You know they're
out.
rich. You know if you
And
know if
then,
you defund
so
them,
you
they're
can
still
tell
gonna
me
be
all
rich.
those council members up there are gonna
But
look
they
at each
want
other
them
and
to
be
be
like, I
top
told you,
tier. They
yeah.
want them to have more power.
That's why we gotta come in and hold people like that accountable.
Is there any? Do you know anything on those school board?
You know what will be important?
People?
I think it'll be fun
Right on the board?
for the cities and
No, the only ones I
beautiful
give
city.
you
When you
stuff
drive
is
around,
Board of Education and Board of
nice city.
Supervisors.
Gotcha.
Like to live in and everything, I think it's a nice city. But sometimes a lot of people
No,
have
because
a
earlier I was
negative
at a
note
Board
when
of
stuff like this
Supervisors
stuff
meeting
happens in the
and
city.
audit.
You know what I mean?
And
They're
when
not
it was
gonna
my
think about
time to
coming to
go
the
up,
city.
I had brought
You know
up
what
a
I mean?
bill
Because
called AB
my
665.
kids-
It's
my
where
kids go to
12-year-olds
school.
will be able to consent to be put into a foster care, a state foster care system without the parents' knowledge or the parents' consent. So like let's say your kid is one gender, and says, oh, I'm this other gender, and goes to
You
school,
can give them one,
and
go
says,
ahead.
well, I feel
Take them, man.
a certain way because my
To me, all
parents
about,
weren't
I'm
saying
live on
that
YouTube right now.
I'm
Look,
what I'm saying.
look,
I
you
am,
can see for
right?
yourself. Look.
Oh, then
I saw someone right there.
Yeah, so it's like it's more for like a lesson in it. Like me, like sometimes people are scared to speak up. You know, like it's very important for us now in 2023 generation. Is like we gotta take care of each other, man.
The whole
We
thing
deal
people
with
need
so
to
much
realize
stuff. We
about
deal
people
with so
like
much
putting the kids in
stuff
the
out there in the
system.
world,
And the police at school,
and now it's like it's time to.
they wait for a kid to make a little mistake to put him in the system. Why do you think there's only police at predominantly black and brown schools?
You know, and then, like you said, like you're gonna be. I mean, I don't respect
Because
whatever.
they want to put the kid in the system at a young age. And you know what happens? They kick them out and they send them to continuation. You want to know what happens when they get caught at continuation? They can send them to you.
You're gonna be shocked.
I was
Does Santa Ana have a police at every school? At the high school? So all okay, and it's just one cop for each school?
Because my mom fell out of school. Their mom.
Do you know what's the ratio from to council ratio? No, you don't know.
And when the camera comes in, like I told everybody, look, when
I don't know
popped up,
about that one.
how many people filming?
So if
Look, it's this many people, but it's 76 people. Yeah, we know.
you might want to take the position over there.
We'll see right now if we feel like it. If not, then we'll just stay here.
Come here.
Well, no. What I'm telling you is,
We good. We good.
what I'm telling you is, you're blocking the door, so you won't stay here. What I'm telling you is, you'll go over there, so you're not blocking the door.
What I'm gonna
leave.
tell you, what I'm gonna tell you is, you come to me at a respectful level. Let me get your name and your badge. Name and badge.
Which I just did.
So Marcella and the chief, and I'm gonna tell you something. You're not gonna give me no sorry ass directives. And I'm gonna tell you right here.
That's fine.
No,
I'm telling you.
And like I'm
when
telling
it
you,
starts,
you're not gonna
can't
give me
block
no
the door.
sorry.
Are you the chief? You the chief?
Yeah.
You chief?
Like
Chief
I
what?
said-
What's your name, chief?
No sorry ass directives because it funds the police and takes away the resources from the kids. And Santa Ana already got a lot of scandals on the police department, right? Like the deputies that hide drugs, breaking up community events, What, moron? What's your name and your badge number?
Felix Rivera, badge number 66.
66.
What about you?
Hey,
Like
once
I
the
said.
once the board meeting starts, we're just gonna need to clear the hallway. It's gonna be this side and that side. When you guys is clear to stand in that corner, you're good.
Yeah.
We might need to move somebody over to the other side. We're gonna clear both ways.
And I'm gonna
once the board meeting
and then
starts.
I'm gonna need one of you guys to stand over there in the corner too.
What for?
Just because I said so, and because you work for the public and we tell you what to do.
Okay. So I'm just giving you that once the board meeting starts, we'll let you guys know. All
And
right.
like I'm telling you, you guys are dismissed now.
All right. Thank you. Thank you guys. Can you let the other side know that we're gonna be once the board meeting dismissed them?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
dismissed.
Once the board
You
meeting.
ain't dismissing nobody. You're dismissed. Go stand in the corner. Do you use that taser on students?
He's worried now. Look.
Yes. He fucked up.
I can't say
mean,
nothing,
like
guys.
that.
You give him
Where's
what
the
he's
chief
like
Where's the chief at? You really thought he could come and give us directives? Hell no.
I just let you do your thing, bro.
Uh-uh.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Not today.
Hell to the no.
Hell nah. What I want to know is, do these officers even speak Spanish? Hey, you speak Spanish?
Yes, sergeant, guys. I mean, he's a sergeant.
Has Santa Ana came out with any inner gangs in the department? Not yet.
David Valentine, total salary is 466.
Ooh,
He makes 466 to be crying.
for
I'm
real?
about to find out what this guy makes right now. Give me a second.
466. You
That's
make
what Chief-
466 a year?
Mr. David? Damn, David.
Damn, he makes $466, $466,000 a year? Damn.
Mr. David? That's David guy right there.
Wow.
$466,000, Mr. David.
466,000 just to be sitting here? Wow. And to give sorry ass directives? Damn.
Not the ones.
466 to incriminate the kids of the Santa Ana community? Wow. I'm here to let the people know who the real terrorists are. I'm gonna let you know. Remember the face, chief? What's the face in your mouth? Yeah, look at you. Stare at me. Remember.
Come here, try to get the corner right there. Try to get the other corner. Right here on the other side. Come on, go, go, go. Mr. David. Mr. David got the can, man. Damn, and he got his bodyguard right here, guys. 466 to get his feelings hurt. 466, guys. What's Sergeant's name?
Now reconvene the regular board meeting, and folks in the audience can have a seat in the overflow room or any empty seats that are in the audience.
Ir en el otro cuarto para no estar aquí en las puertas.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
Is there any available seats here for folks to sit? Can you raise your hand if you have an empty seat next to you?
Damn, they're just kicking people out, huh? Left and right. They go over there too?
I'll leave when they leave. I'll go stand with them.
Véngase por acá.
I got the cut right here, guys. David, you're looking real good, David. That's Mr. David, guys. Check him out.
Okay, if we can have,
466,000, Mr. David.
Adriana Tapia, come give the pledge of allegiance. From Santa Ana High School, senior. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
Sergeant Bolt out, Chief Bolt out, guys.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Fine. Fine.
Ms. Quiros will now report out actions taken in closed session. In closed session, by a vote of 5-0, the board took action to appoint Robbie Walsh to the position of Coordinator of Student Achievement Programs. Motion by Dr. Rodriguez, seconded by Ms. Fraser Aceves. Board members with a yes vote, Ms. Torres, Dr. Alvarez, Mr. Bustos, Ms. Fraser Aceves, and Dr. Rodriguez.
They're still on their privilege, people. They have to stay
In
there.
closed session, by a vote of 5-0, the board took action to approve the final settlement agreement for case number 30-2018-010-31476. Motion by Dr. Rodriguez, seconded by Mr. Bustos. Board members with a yes vote, Ms.
I let
Torres,
Ryan be right
Dr.
now.
Alvarez,
I gave it to
Mr.
him for
Bustos,
free.
Ms. Fraser
That was
Aceves,
funny.
and Dr. Rodriguez. In closed session, by a vote of 5-0, the board took action to approve the final settlement agreement for case number 30-2020-0116-1967, CUPOCJC, case number 30-2021-01208106, CUP0CJC, case number 30-2021-0120-8385, CUPOCJC, and case number 30-2021-01217136, CUPOCJC.
What you think about
Motion
them,
by
guys?
Ms. Fraser Aceves, seconded by Dr. Rodriguez. Board members with a yes vote, Ms. Torres, Dr. Alvarez, Mr. Bustos, Ms. Fraser Aceves, and Dr. Rodriguez. For interpretation services into Spanish, please see Mr. Vargas, who is sitting right behind me. Para servicios de interpretación en español, por favor, pase con el señor Vargas, quien se encuentra sentado detrás de mí. If you need ASL interpretation, please take a seat in front of the room to your left. Child care services are being provided in room 126. Servicios de cuidado de niños están disponibles en el salón 126. Gracias, thank you. Thank you, Superintendent Alvarez, for commissions.
Thank you. I'd like to introduce Jennifer Flores to begin the program.
Good evening, Superintendent Almaderas, board members, members of cabinet, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to be able to introduce our classified and our certificated employees of the month. I would like to invite up Principal Bayo, who is a principal of Mitchell Child Development Center, and Assistant Principal Tricia Shepard. Mr. Bayo will be accepting the award on behalf of our certificated employee of the month to Kwang Win.
Good evening, Superintendent Almendarez, members of the board, members of cabinet, ladies and gentlemen. With great pleasure and pride, I present Ms. Tuk Wong Wen, special education teacher at Mitchell Child Development Center. For the May 2023 Certificated Employee of the Month, we are honored to have Ms. Nguyen working at Mitchell. Ms. Nguyen has been a teacher at Mitchell since the fall of 2014. This evening, we are recognizing her for her years of service with students.
I never had those who's so closely.
School District.
That Chief
Tell
David,
you a little bit about Ms.
this
Nguyen.
rookie right here.
She received her early childhood special education credential in 2011. She also
didn't even
holds
say
a
nothing.
general education as a mild
I'm
moderate
just talking about this
special
guy.
education credential.
Check it out.
She has worked at Mitchell for 9 of the 20 years of her teaching career with
You guys want to know his
San
name?
Antonio School District. Ms. Nguyen also works at the summer enrichment program for Heroes Elementary. She supports the before school tutoring program.
We got a
and
two,
then
second
working
Llorona, guys.
with our AP specialist, she runs the
Our
after
second Llorona here,
school
guys.
student yoga program. Ms. Nguyen is an excellent teacher.
Founder.
She has excellent knowledge of early childhood special education, assessment procedures, collaboration and inclusive practices,
Familiar.
as well as knowing a variety of evidence-based practices for special education students.
Familiar.
As one of our early childhood special education teachers, Ms. Nguyen contributes to improving our school climate and culture by being part of our task force, which is a teacher cohort that creates and implements parent trainings throughout the year. She also is
Mi
a
cara
lifelong
Llorona, guys.
educator.
Wait till she goes
She
up right now.
continues to participate in professional development throughout the year. Through the recent COVID challenges that faced our teaching profession and our district, Ms. Nguyen diligently worked with our teacher task force and pulled together virtual early childhood education resources and dynamic lessons for our Mitchell teachers for virtual instruction.
I wonder if he's gonna go to sleep. You know,
In her
someone's gonna sleep
classroom,
there.
if you were to visit her classroom, Wong's teaching skills shine bright. Her classroom instruction facilitates active student engagement and independence, as well as she connects and supports parent involvement and participation.
I'm not part of it.
Throughout her special education studies and work experience, she presents as an expert for early childhood special education and has experience working with a variety of students with various special education disabilities. She is informative, respected, consistently models professional integrity and ethical responsibility. She presents with excellent communication skills, tactful style, and leadership skills. In addition, she evidenced excellent organizational skills, empathetic attitude,
Oh man, this girl's
enthusiasm
gonna look
and
it.
teaching
The worm.
style, as well as she is a highly supported educator with commitment to excellence and student achievement. Her
I don't know
potential
that.
for the future is unlimited. So I ask you to join me in congratulating our teacher, Ms. Wong Nguyen. Thank you very much.
So, because you'll be taking the photo on Ms. Lynn's behalf once we're done with the next recognition.
Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Josh Cotter, who's our Director of Nutrition Services Department, and also our Classified Employee of the Month, Ricardo Cabrera, who's our Deliveries Driver with Nutrition Services.
Good evening, members of the board, Superintendent Almendarez, district teammates, and valued community members. What a privilege it is to share a little bit about my friend and colleague, Mr. Ricardo Cabrera. Ask yourself, Where are you at 4:45 a.m.? I know where I am. While I, and I'm sure many others, are still comfortably in bed, Ricardo is loading up his truck with fruits, vegetables, and everything else students enjoy during breakfast and lunchtime. For more than 22 years, this is a responsibility Ricardo has accepted and executed to perfection.
That's badass.
Every day, Ricardo travels from school to school, safely delivering food for thousands of students. Ricardo pushes through rain, wind, boiling heat, and icy cold. If traffic is jammed, Ricardo communicates with our cafeterias so no meal service is undisturbed. On too many occasions to count, Ricardo has rescued us during difficult situations. For instance, a couple years back, a power outage completely wiped out a cafeteria's inventory. That was a high school's inventory, mind you, a big one. Ricardo quickly reorganized his route to accommodate the circumstances, made an emergency delivery, and still made all his other scheduled deliveries without being late to a single stop. Though this is only one example of his greatness, it perfectly represents what he contributes to SAUSD. In over 2 decades of service, Ricardo has maintained a perfect driving record. He sets the example and inspires everyone on our team to improve what we do. When his normal duties are satisfied, he asks his supervisor and fellow drivers how he may be of service. While we all know no one has limitless energy, if anyone is an exception to the rule, it is Ricardo. We rely on Ricardo to mentor new drivers, teaching them the basic functions of the job, emphasizing the importance of traffic safety, and sharing details that only someone with Ricardo's experience and expertise would know. Ricardo is universally respected by his peers for his work ethic, kindness, and wisdom. Ricardo has demonstrated in his 22 years of service to SAUSD that he is one of the most indispensable members of our department, and he deserves to feel appreciated and recognized for his hard work. This acknowledgement confirms what his colleagues already know. But now the entire SAUSD family has the opportunity to honor the person he is and the value he creates. As I mentioned, Ricardo's day begins long before the sun comes up. Therefore, let us celebrate this bright star who does much of his work in darkness. Congratulations, my friend.
That's hard work right there. Hard work, guys. Hard work, man.
Did he want to speak or?
Bueno, buenas tardes a todos por estar acá. En especial quiero agradecer a Mr. Jazz, Josefina, como siempre apoyándonos en el departamento de nutrición. Mis compañeros son una parte esencial en mi vida, porque con ellos yo le pongo ganas. Ver a los estudiantes que se comen ese lunch en la mañana, para mí es realmente una motivación para seguir en ese trabajo. De verdad que es muy motivante para mí todo el esfuerzo que todos el Departamento de Nutrición hacemos. Muchísimas gracias a todos ustedes, de verdad, por apoyarnos y por apoyar al departamento. Muchas gracias.
Just like to thank everyone, thank Josh and Josefina, who are always supporting us, to my coworkers who are essential to what I do, and it's great to go to the school, and it encourages me to see the students eating their food, and this motivates me to continue doing great work, and this gives you the motivation to continue these efforts to help everyone, to help our youth. So thank you for all the support you give to our department.
So if we want to take our group photos, Mr. Cabrera, you're first. And then if you, anybody you want to come up with you in the photo is more than welcome, any of your colleagues or family.
Hell yeah, guys. Cheers to the year. Alright, did you check out my boy Ryan earlier? Is Ryan still in here? Yeah, he's still right there, guys. He's right there on that wall. ¿Ya no se van a sentar, oiga? ¿Ya no se van a sentar ahí? Ok. Buen trabajo, man, buen trabajo. Oh, we got one behind you.
That concludes our employee recognition, but we do have our student recognition, and I want to introduce Bianca Barakin to the podium.
Come here.
If we want to pause for a second, let people shuffle to a seat, we're not disturbing the recognition.
Good evening, President Torres, Superintendent Almendares, members of the board, cabinet, and audience. My name is Bianca Barquin, and I am the Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning.
Your Honor.
The Orange County Artist of the Year program is a highly respected and competitive program that recognizes excellence in the arts. Being nominated for this award is a testament to an artist's hard work, dedication, and artistic achievements. It is an honor to be considered among the best artists in the region. We are thrilled to recognize and celebrate the exceptional talent and creativity of SAUSD artists who have been nominated for this prestigious award. I would now like to introduce Robin McNair, Coordinator of Visual and Performing Arts, who will present the certificates to our remarkable nominees.
I underscore the importance and wonderfulness of this opportunity for our students to be recognized, and thank everyone. I want to acknowledge also the teachers and the families who support our young artists to be able to accomplish this. So thank you to the school administrators to support the arts programs. With that said, it is my honor to get to name the students who are being recognized tonight. And when I call your name, and I want you to know there's 7 categories. So I'm going to announce the category for which they got nominated. And when I announce your name, you can come up. We're going to give you a certificate, and we're going to line up to do a photo. Does that work? Okay, perfect. So I'd like to recognize Jasmine Valadares, and she was recognized in the discipline of fine arts.
That's a lot of money.
Next, I'd like to recognize Estere Lebres in the discipline of instrumental music from Golden Music. And we recognize Jasmine Cruz in the discipline of dance from Santa Ana High School. Next, recognizing Gwendolyn Aceves in the discipline of fine arts from Santa Ana High School. She unfortunately isn't here. We will get that to her. Esmeralda Espejo Mandujano is being recognized in the discipline of fine arts. Some of our students unfortunately had to leave due to the time. Recognizing Jessica Hernandez in the discipline of fine arts. Recognizing Anthony Romero, also in the discipline of fine arts. Recognizing Merced Michelle Santa Maria in the discipline of fine arts. Recognizing Juan Iniguez in the discipline of theater. Recognizing Savannah Sotelo, also in the discipline of theater. Recognizing Alyssa Aguilar in the discipline of vocal music. Recognizing also Luis Rocha, who had to leave. He had an audition tonight, so kudos for him. Recognizing Carla Valencia in the discipline of vocal music. Also, I want to note, all of these are amazing nominees. And to make a note that it is truly remarkable that after a decade, we finally have an artist from SAUSD, Santa Ana High School vocal artist, student Adriana Tapia, who has been recognized as the OC Artist of the Year in her category. This achievement signifies the progress we have made in creating an inclusive environment that allows students to showcase their talents and be celebrated and affirmed. And we are actively working to ensure that all students have the opportunity to be seen and appreciated for their artistic abilities as these pioneering students are. So thank you and congratulations to the students. We're happy and celebrating teachers in the back. And we're wondering if the teachers, after pictures with the board, could join up and giving pictures to the students.
She got a diaper on,
And if form like a semicircle, where there's more space, you can go back a little bit around the circle.
It's better if we need it 2 layers.
3, 2, 1, action.
1, 2, 3. Do you want the teachers to also come here?
Yes, would it be okay if the teachers join?
And parents, if you want to come where you can get better photos.
Teachers?
This is a proud moment for you guys too.
It takes a lot of work to nominate, and these teachers went above and beyond for our
No one wants to come. Okay.
Santa Ana, guys.
Congratulations.
I think it's her paper. I think it's her paper. Excellent. Yeah, no. Oh, okay. Great job, guys. Great job.
So students and parents, you are more than willing to stay for the entire meeting, but you are also free to go if you have other life events to attend to.
They should stay.
Completely your choice, you're welcome, but you don't feel obligated to stay. And then that might open up some spaces for folks that are in the overflow or that are standing.
What did he tell you, bro?
En español, los que se quieran quedar, se pueden quedar, los que ya se quieren ir a otras obligaciones,
Great
pueden
job,
irse
man.
ahorita también. Gracias.
Man, cleared out, guys. You want to see? Actually, a bunch of them. They came in hot. Look, guys, they came in hot. Look. Different crowd. You see that? Different crowd.
Folks can quickly make their way to their seats so we can proceed with the meeting.
Different crowd, guys.
I'm gonna ask
It looks like they might be almost full. You can raise your hand if you have an empty seat next to you to provide space. One more, we have one more empty seat.
Right, hold it.
Okay, I think we're at it.
I'm glad que se van a quedar, so they can hear.
Okay, Mr. That your report.
Thank you, thank you. Well, first I want to address some concerns of, some comments and concerns being shared regarding our newly adopted ethnic studies curriculum. We recognize as a district this complex content requires careful consideration and should be viewed through multiple
Everybody now hit that
perspectives.
like, guys. Hey, man,
The
everybody go
district,
follow my boy
we have
Ryan,
been,
guys. My
comments
boy's
have been shared with the
Ryan.
district that we are looking to eliminate certain perspectives and narratives from our curriculum. I want the public to know that the district has no intentions of removing any narrative from the curriculum that will be developed in the future. Our intent is to listen to all sides, to learn from all sides, and to approach this in a balanced manner. So, thank you for that. I do also want to acknowledge our graduations.
Can you
Next
put how
week,
much the
our
chief
high school
makes and his name, por
graduations begin. I
favor?
want to congratulate all the seniors, the class of 2023. You finished your high school despite numerous challenges, COVID being one of the biggest ones. We wish you all the best in your college and your career choices in the future. You make us proud. The entire district is proud of our graduates. I want to thank the families for your continued support and for just encouraging your students. All graduations will be live streamed for those that cannot attend, and please visit www.sausd.us for more details. Another recognition we had for our seniors was last week. We celebrated the district's top seniors at Guarantee Mobile. And I want to thank Guarantee Mobile and owner Bruce Hamlin for allowing us to use his dealership for that event. He is allowed us to use his dealership for a number of years. He's an amazing partner, and we can't thank him enough. We also want to recognize our retirees. Tomorrow, we will be recognizing our longtime staff members who will retire at the end of this school year. We'll celebrate these employees and their guests at a special ceremony. Some of these employees have dedicated 30 or more years of service to our community, and for that we are thankful. I wish them, each and every one of them, the best in the next chapter of their life. Lastly, I want to thank all of our SAUSD staff as we end this school year. All of you have contributed tremendously to the efforts to build a rigorous academic culture and a safer, nurturing environment. Our schools provide critical resources to our community. It's because of the work that all of you do that make this possible. Every member of our team has an important role in the success of students in our district. And I'm grateful for your tireless work, your unwavering dedication to our mission, and to your passion for serving our students and family. Thank you, and have a great year.
Thank you, Mr. Almendares. We're going to move on to public presentations. We do have over 60 people listed to speak. So you will have 1 minute, and just so the public is aware, we typically don't respond directly to the comments, but we note it and then touch bases with the superintendent. Go ahead, Ms. Quiroz.
Okay, we'll go ahead and begin with our callers. May I please have Brenda Lepsak? You can dial *6 and you can begin now. Miss Brenda Lepsak, are you there?
Brenda.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a teacher in the district and a native and resident of Santa Ana, and I come as a private citizen with public concerns. The district gave free We Care t-shirts to all employees with the National Suicide Hotline on the t-shirt. The 988 hotline serves faith students, giving them over 11 genders to choose from. When will the district inform employees and parents about this online survey? Should employees be used as walking billboards without full knowledge of what they are promoting? Additionally, when will the district inform parents about the policy passed stating school employees must hide a child's gender identity from parents unless given permission by the child, and that according to the CDE, school employees can change the child's gender category on CalPAD data system without parent knowledge or consent? Just as parents deserve to know their rights, don't they also deserve to know when their rights are taken away? Most teachers are also parents and don't feel comfortable deceiving parents, especially immigrant parents new to this country. Thirdly, since the terms gender identity and non-binary are in school policies and on student data forms,
Thank you, Ms.
when will the
Lipsett.
district inform stakeholders with
Your time is
accurate
up.
definition?
Your time is up.
Thank you, Ms. Lipsett.
Thank you.
I like her.
Dr. Susie Lopez Guerra. You can dial *6 to unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you have 1 minute. You may begin now.
Thank you, Ms. Giddens. Good evening, board members, superintendent, cabinet, and community members. My name is Dr. Susie Lopez Guerra, and I'm reaching out to you as an educator, community member, and as an SAUS parent. I have recently become aware of a practice for honoring our students' academic achievements during the end-of-the-year activities and graduation ceremonies. The title of valedictorian and valedictorian is a great academic honor earned by our students and should not be relegated to a function serving the comfort and timelines of our adults. As stewards of our children's well-being at SAUSD, through the support and actions brought forth by your policy and decision-making, I ask for you to move forward and recognize all students, if any, who fall within the already identified valedictorian and salutatorian suspect this year. I have not reached out earlier because I assumed the practice of identifying such students at the end of the 7th semester was inaccurate. I refuse to believe such adult-centered practices overshadow our students' hard work and academic achievement. As semesters have progressed and as has come to the startling realization, this is a system-wide inequitable practice.
Thank you, Dr. Lopez Guerra. Your time is up. Thank you.
Gotta make sure you guys tap in on my boy Ryan.
Next
Greenhead on
caller,
his page.
Firas. By the name of Firas. Are you there?
Thank you for the historically accurate and morally correct inclusion of the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians, the Nakba, an ongoing process. On this day in 1948, 200 Palestinians were massacred in Santura by Israeli occupation forces, who drove the remaining survivors into their sea. There's a clear aggressor here and a clear victim, one who refuses to be erased from history, from text, from reality itself through ongoing resistance. Therefore, teaching Nakba and Palestinian cause belongs in ethnic studies. In fact, Palestine is integral to this comprehensive curriculum because Palestinian liberation feeds all liberation movements around the world: Black, Indigenous, queer, womanism, environmental and stability justice, food and land sovereignty, and yes, even Jewish liberation. Zionism is anything but a liberation movement, as clearly stated by its own forefathers. Zionism is settler colonialism, and indeed Zionism is anti-Semitism precisely because it hijacks and weaponizes Judaism. Therefore, enablers of this military occupation should not have any say in devising a curriculum that is intended to educate and prepare students to become agents of
Thank you. Your
progressive
time
change.
is up, sir.
I urge you all to protect Palestinians.
Thank you. Your time is up.
Thank you.
And I believe that was somebody else. Do I have a caller with the name of Firas?
I urge you all to protect Palestinians from razor
Hello?
and guillotine.
Do we know the name of the other caller?
Yeah, we'll just move down. Firas isn't responding at this time. I do have a next caller by the name of Ishara. And just as a reminder, you do have 1 minute. Ishara, you can dial *6 to unmute.
Hi.
My boy, how much he makes?
Yes.
How much he makes?
Thank you. You have 1 minute. You may
How much
begin
he
now.
makes?
Okay, my name is Bashara. I'm a PhD student and
Bustos.
researcher at UC Davis. I teach ethnic studies, Asian American and Arab American studies courses here. Why are Palestinian families and students in Santa Ana and California? Palestinian students in Santa Ana, like the rest of California, are the children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren of refugees and forced exiles, denied the right to return to their homes and land in Palestine until today. They were not born refugees, they were made refugees by the Zionist movement in 1948, continuing through now by the state of Israel. To ignore this reality is to deny Palestinian students their reality and history, and prove that the school board is too cowardly and incompetent to ask and answer the basic question: why are Palestinians here now in your schools, classes, this community, in this meeting? Look to the Arabs and Palestinians in this room and listen to them. Look them in the eye. Their history is your history and your future.
Thank you. Next, Kayla Asato.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. You have 1 minute. You may begin now.
Awesome. Kayla Sato, she, they pronouns. I'm from Orange County Environmental Justice. I'm speaking on behalf of myself today. But yeah, honestly, I'm surprised that this is even in contention. Palestinians deserve to be represented in curriculum, and they should be part of the ethnic studies curriculum. I know that when we were trying to pass the state bill a few years ago, we wanted to include Muslim American studies in the curriculum. And when that was taken out, it really weakened the ethnic studies bill as a whole. And I know that Santa Ana has been doing such tremendous work, having known several of you for the past 4 years now. I just want to really reaffirm my support for Palestine and really support.
Thank you. That's all that's been written down. Thank you. Firas, are you there? Next caller, Fatima. Fatima, you can dial *6 to unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you have 1 minute. You may begin now.
Hi, my name is Fatima, and I'm an Arab OC resident who finds community in the city of Santa Ana, as well as being an organizer with the Palestinian Youth Movement. I want to express my appreciation for the school board's adoption of an ethnic studies curriculum that affirms Palestinian history, especially as we recently commemorated the 1948 Nakba, or the catastrophe in which Israel was formed through forced and massacre of native Palestinians to make way for new settlers. I'd like to encourage you all to continue staying strong in spite of the attempted censorship by the lobbyist groups such as the ADL. Although the ADL markets itself as a civil rights organization, they have a really long history of supporting Islamophobic, quote-unquote, counterterrorism and surveillance programs, providing militarized training to ICE and police, and generally shielding Israeli occupation from any form of criticism, especially in the academic
How much she makes?
Thank you, Fatima. That is all we have. Thank you. Next, Rima Corey, are you there? Rima, you can dial *6 to unmute.
Good evening, my name is Rima. I'm a member of the Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee. Tonight we ask for your consideration to not eliminate Palestinian history from its ethnic studies curriculum. We should instead emphasize the vital importance of diversity, equity, and inclusion in education. It is through this lens that we can truly foster a society that values the historical narrative of all cultures, including Palestinian history. Our purpose should not be to pick winners or losers, but rather to shine a light on historical facts
so that we may learn, better ourselves, and thrive as a community. Education is a powerful tool that allows us to uncover hidden truth and keep the door open for discussion. We must not succumb to the misguided notion that omitting Palestinian historical truths from school curriculum will prevent anti-Semitism. On the contrary, by acknowledging the complete truth of Palestinian history, we can address the roots of anti-Semitism and work towards its eradication. Suppressing truth and stifling discussion only serves to perpetuate ignorance and give rise to anti-Palestinian
Thank
sentiment.
you. That is all the time. Thank you. Thank you. Next caller, please dial *6 to unmute.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you have 1 minute. You may begin now.
Awesome. Good evening, Audible School Board. My name is Ray Diaz. I am an undergraduate student at UC Santa Cruz and a concerned resident from the city of Santa Ana. I'm calling in today to thank the school board for creating a robust ethnic studies program, but I'm also calling support for Palestinian community members in their fight to learn and teach their own history in Santa Ana and beyond. It's important, it's pivotal that we keep all voices included when it comes to the teaching of all backgrounds. And so I want to make sure that that is said out loud. And so we're here in support of our Palestinian community members in the city of Santa Ana. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Next caller, please dial *6 to unmute.
Trust me, guys, don't leave. We're like the 50-something person.
Yes,
What we're
you
gonna
have
speak,
1
guys.
minute. You may begin now.
Thank you. The attempt to bring liberated ethnic studies to the Santa Ana School District is not in line with the state of California, which rejected the liberated ethnic studies curriculum due to its anti-Jewish nature. The ethnic studies model curriculum law states that any course in ethnic studies must not, quote, reflect or promote directly or indirectly any bias, bigotry, or discrimination against any person or group of persons. And I quote, it is the intent of the California legislature that school districts, quote, not use portions of the draft model curriculum that were not adopted. I urge you to continue standing with your group of students, teachers, and faculty. Recognize that the liberated ethnic studies in the New World Geography and History classes is in violation of California law and revise the courses to teach students positivity and progressivism, not discrimination and hatred. Together we can build a brighter future for all students across our great state of California and in our school district. Thank you.
Next caller, please dial *6 to unmute.
She had more than a minute.
Hello, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, you have 1 minute. You may begin now.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to take the opportunity to also emphasize how important it is that Santa Ana students have the right to learn about this issue in the context of their local history. Exemplifying specifically, I imagine many of you have seen the statue that sits in front of the Santa Ana Library, which depicts Alex Halsey, the director of the West Coast branch of the Arab American Anti-Discrimination Committee, or the ADC. He was assassinated in 1985 by the far-right Jewish Defense League. And around the time of his assassination, the ADC was demonstrating against the Israeli war in Lebanon. Genuinely anti-colonial, anti-racist, anti-curriculum was diligently fought for by conservative Liberation Front students' records in 1958, and any sort of curriculum that encompasses these things is relevant and necessary, and it cannot be omitting the elements that comprise necessarily what it means to be anti-Zionist or anti-racist. The fact that it comes on.
Thank you. That is all the time that you have. Thank you.
Can you remind folks to say their name before they start? I know that they didn't provide it, but if you can ask them. Yeah. Yeah, if we can encourage them, I guess.
Next caller, please dial *6 to unmute. And if you don't mind identifying yourself, please.
Yeah, my name is Jeffrey Katz. I'm a Ward 3 resident of Santa Ana, and I'm also unabashedly a proud Jew. who lives in Jerusalem for 3 years. I'm not here to take sides. I have something to say that this is a very complex issue. It's a conflict that's gone on for decades, involving intricate historical, political, and social dynamics, and it requires such a deep understanding of the nuances. I'm not too sure that we are ready to bite that part of the apple off and start chewing on it at the beginning process of this curriculum. The conflict is highly controversial. There are sides to the Jewish perspective. There are certainly sides to the Palestinian perspective. And I'm concerned if we don't get it right, there are horrendous repercussions. I will speak now as a Jew and simply say that since the last 2,000 years, the world has not needed reasons to hate Jews and to persecute them.
Thank you, that's all the time that you have.
Thank you.
Next caller, please dial *6 to unmute. If you don't mind identifying yourself, please. You may dial *6 to unmute.
Good evening. I'm Bob Horning and appreciate the opportunity to share my comments. I strongly support ethnic studies. I grew up Jewish in a small town in Tennessee that was 99% Christian, 99% Caucasian. I know what it's like to be a minority. It's critically important that an approved ethnic studies curriculum provided that teachers and students be accurate and factual without prejudice and bias towards any ethnic or religious group. Unfortunately, it's my understanding that the school board's recently approved ethnic studies curriculum lacks some of that accuracy when it addresses Israel and some aspects of my Jewish religion. The governor signed AB 101 ethnic studies curriculum legislation, as a previous person mentioned, after much debate and research to make sure that bias and bigotry and discrimination were eliminated from the initial draft models. Please take a look at what you have passed and make sure that it does conform with state law, because we really need to make sure that
Thank
we're
you,
all
sir.
treated
That's all the
equally.
time that
And
you
as the
have,
previous
Mr. Horning.
speaker
That's all the time that you have. Your time is up. Next caller, please. If you don't mind identifying yourselves, dial *6 to unmute.
Hi, my name is Dr. Brandy Shupatinsky, and I'm a mom, native Californian, and a social worker. I'm calling in tonight for one main reason. I believe that students deserve to learn in classrooms that are safe from prejudice and bigotry. Students should feel that they deserve to learn in classrooms that are inclusive, just, and fair. You have a responsibility to all students, regardless of their ethnicity, race, religion, country of origin, or any other identity. That responsibility requires you to maintain spaces of learning where students are not bullied or harassed, where they're not targeted or marginalized, and where they're able to learn without being subjected to bigotry and prejudice. Unfortunately, it seems as though some people here have forgotten about that responsibility. Some have instead decided that it is their right to paint targets on the backs of Jewish children because of their ethnic or religious identity, or because of their national origin. Walking or driving through neighborhoods all across the country, we see signs that state no place for hate. But it seems that Santa Ana Unified is becoming just that, a place where hate is taking root, only this time in the classroom, being ushered in by some who are using
Thank you. That is all the time that you have. Thank you. Next caller, please dial *6 to unmute. And if you don't mind identifying yourself, please.
This is Naomi Friedman from South EDS on campus. We are a civil rights organization that works to stop anti-Semitism against college Jewish students that have been the target of physical and verbal assault by pro-BDS anti-Israel activists. Palestinian narrative advances false and defamatory accusations that echo traditional.
Yes, guys, we are gonna talk. Me and Ryan are gonna talk.
That brought on the Holocaust in Europe and the massacre of Jews in the Arab world, some of which we've heard tonight. We have seen sexual harassment of Jews. We certainly don't want that in the Santa Ana Unified School District, and that is not what the legislature had in mind when they enacted AB 101, which explicitly says.
Thank you, Ms. Friedman. That's all the time that you have. Thank you. And this is the last caller. Firas, are you on the call?
Oh, it's gonna get good, guys.
Please dial *6 to unmute.
I can smell it.
On this day in 1948, 200 Palestinians were massacred in Al-Qura by the Israeli occupation forces, who drove the remaining into the sea. I urge you all to protect Palestinians from erasure and to continue teaching Palestine without Zionist intrusions, acting on behalf of a military, apartheid state that is rooted in white supremacy and active in genocide against the indigenous Palestinian population. Thank you so much.
That concludes the callers. We will now proceed with the in-person public speakers. We will begin with Jen A.
Hello, everyone. My name is Janan, and I'm a member of the Palestinian Youth Movement, Los Angeles, Orange County, Inland Empire chapter. I want to start off by commending the Santa Ana School Board for your leadership in making this comprehensive and historic course available to Santa Ana students, and for adopting a curriculum that is inclusive of the experiences of a wide range of marginalized groups. I also want to say how sad it is that I have to come here today to defend the inclusion. To make it short, when I walked into this room, I noticed that sign up there that says, "How do our decisions benefit students?" As part of our work at the PYM, we work with students and youth in Santa Ana, and we collected testimonies where they say that to have an ethnic studies curriculum which includes Palestine means a lot. Many of the people that I have talked to won't even recognize the existence of Palestine, and they correct me thinking that I mean Pakistan. It means a lot to me to know the full story of what happened before, because it brings so much more value to my home as well as knowing my background. Thank you for that opportunity.
Celine Pugh.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Celine, and as a local Arab youth organizer with the PYM, I'm here today to commend the Santa Ana Unified School District Board on its decision to adopt an ethnic studies curriculum that includes a section on Palestinian history and that embodies the fundamental principles of ethnic studies: anti-colonialism, anti-racism, and liberation. It is important to recognize that the opposition to this curriculum, spearheaded by pro-Israel and right-wing interest groups, extends far beyond our community here in Santa Ana. These same organizations have been actively fighting against an authentic ethnic studies curriculum nationwide. In August of 2019, they launched a comprehensive attack on the inclusion of Palestine and Arab American studies, which evolved into an assault on ethnic studies as a whole. And this betrays the very essence of what ethnic studies scholars in California have worked towards and contradicts the vision laid out by the veterans of the 1968 Third World Liberation Front and the Black Student Union strikes that led to the establishment of ethnic studies as an academic discipline. Many Palestinian and Arab youth share similar experiences in the education system here. We have often felt disconnected from our own history, limited to Orientalist stereotypes, and told that our country doesn't exist. That's why we're so excited.
Thank you. Your time is up.
We thank you for adopting it.
Thank you.
Umar Hakim.
Hey, Polly, how much she makes right here, Polly? This one, Polly. I'm gonna address this one. Mosquitoes, Executive Assistant Board.
Greetings, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Umar Hakim, and I'm here on behalf of Muslim Public Affairs Council. I'd like to lead this off with one question. Where would our careers be without freedom of expression? Freedom of expression has always been here for the African Americans to talk about our treatment here in the United States. And it should be the same thing for the Palestinians here in the United States, because where would our where will our careers be without freedom of expression? We're in position because our ancestors, our activists, our freedom fighters have stood up to protect our narrative and our history, especially since I'm here on Tonga land. So I am part of the indigenous culture here, and I stand here in solidarity with the Palestinians, Muslim Public Affairs, stand here in solidarity with the Palestinian Americans and the Palestinian narrative to leave it intact. And thank you, board, for making everything possible for this to happen.
Hejab Tarifi.
Greetings of peace. I want to applaud the board for your effort in bringing forward and approving the curriculum and ask you to proceed with it as is and not to make any changes. As a Palestinian, I am a Palestinian born in Gaza. I was made a refugee before I was even born when my father was among those who were ethnically cleansed and forced out of Jaffa during the Nakba in 1948. My whole life I was denied my identity as thousands of other Palestinians did. As a Palestinian American who has been involved in the interfaith and civic work for the last 30 years, including Muslim-Jewish dialogue, I see the curriculum as balanced, factual, and inclusive. For those opposing, I tell them to stop attempting to deny Palestinians their existence, their history, and their stories. Palestinians have and continue to pay the price for the sins of Europe. Those opposing need to stop attempting to equate the occupied with the occupier. Furthermore, they need to stop labeling any criticism of Israel as anti-Semitic. Thank you.
Sami Benfree.
My name is Seni Bensby. I'm a mom, an educator, a Jew, and Israeli. AB 101 states that K-12 ethnic studies, curriculum, instruction, and instructional materials must not reflect or promote directly or indirectly any bias, bigotry, or discrimination against any person or group of persons. Unit 3 of the World History ES curriculum, one article presents an oversimplification by stating that World War II was not sufficiently atrocious because it gained attention and other genocides before or geographically far from it did not. How is stating that murder and genocide of innocents is not black and white? How does one look at shades of meaning when discussing Pearl Harbor or the Holocaust? Are we teaching our children that World War II is a practice in colonization by the Axis powers? That the annihilation of almost an entire generation of Jewish people, a group that constitutes less than 2.5% of the population of the US, as something that we can be seen as anything other but reprehensible?
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lucia Gonzalez. I'm a resident of Ward 2 and Trustee Area 3. For far too long, our curricula have excluded the voices of marginalized communities. We cannot and should not continue to water down the perverse actions of settler colonial states, including Israel. This is not a two-sided conflict. There is a clear aggressor, and the violence Palestinians have endured must be accurately taught in our history classes. To teach an accurate history of Israel and Palestine is not anti-Semitic, and any argument that lends itself to this train of thought inaccurately conflates the ethnic state of Israel with the Jewish community. An accurate history of Palestine, including the Nakba, ethnic cleansing, bulldozing of homes, occupation, and forced displacement that Palestinians have endured, must be included in our curriculum. Anything short of this would not be history or academic study. It would be a lie. Thank you.
Leon Raya.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Leon Raya, resident of Santa Ana, president and co-founder of the Raya Foundation, and proud father of two students who went through the Santa Ana Unified School District public school system and graduated from Williams High School. I'm just here to bring attention to the efforts of one of your staff at Willard Intermediate, Cesar Solis. Our foundation on April 30th conducted a track meet for 157 children in conjunction with JFK Transportation. And Mr. Solis went above and beyond the call of duty to encourage his kids to participate. Children in the Willard neighborhood need this type of activity, and he did a wonderful job. And too often, you don't hear enough about the work that your educators are doing every day in the community. So I just want to bring that to your attention and recognize him. He doesn't even know that I'm here. And he did a wonderful job. He's done that for 2 years in a row. And I just want to encourage the district to reach out to us as a foundation, and we want to work in partnership with you. We don't need funding, we just want to provide service. Thank you.
Indigo Vu.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Indigo Vu, and I'm a staff member of Yet Rise and a resident of Santa Ana, speaking on behalf of Yet Rise. We are glad to hear and want to ensure that the Santa Ana Unified School District maintains the currently adopted ethnic studies curriculum approved by the school board, which includes Palestine and Arab American studies. The curriculum provides invaluable history on the plight and struggles of Palestinian people and Arab Americans to seek self-determination and sovereignty against the military occupation of Palestine by Zionist settler colonialism. As an organization advancing social justice and building power with working class Vietnamese and immigrant communities of color in Orange County, we've seen firsthand how impactful it is for students of color to learn their community's history, which includes how historical actors and community members exercise their agency in shaping their identities and forming their communities in the U.S. Although Vietnamese history has similarly been gutted and turned into a savior rescue story within the U.S. history classes and public history, ethnic studies helps rectify this harmful narrative.
Hey, yo, Polly, how much it makes, Polly?
Good evening. My name is Jessica Martin. I'm an elementary teacher from Monte Vista Elementary right here in Santa Ana. I'm here to discuss my concerns about the new ethnic studies curriculum. I am not from Israel, and I'm no expert on Middle Eastern politics, but I know children and education. Children and adolescents ask questions, as do all intelligent beings. So here's my question. How are Santa Ana teachers expected to respond when their students ask why and who is responsible for the Palestinian suffering? Is there a protocol for answering such a question? Or do teachers just have to rely on their educated point of view? This puts people in a position to choose a side, and the students to choose a side. And our choice of words as educators matter because they impact learning and education. So thank you, that's all I have to say.
Rania Shamas.
Hi, my name is Rania Shamas. I am a regulatory affairs manager for a biomedical device company. I am a concerned citizen. I'm here just to kind of encourage the ethnic studies that you have. I urge you not to eliminate the Palestinian history. History are facts based on facts, and they should be taught to our children. Silencing the voices of the Nakba or people who want to know about the Nakba is anti-American in its core. It's discriminatory and immoral to
Polly, how much she makes, Polly?
American
Listen right
community.
here.
Accusing the Palestinians who want to know about their history as anti-Semitic is offensive, and also claiming that this conflict runs too deep to understand is simply an insult to our intelligence. Thank you.
Noah Letterman. Noah.
Hello, my name is Noah. I am a senior at Tabuk Torah High School, and I'm an active member of the Jewish community. I'd like to address a knowledge gap I observed while volunteering in this district's classrooms. I'm a part of an organization called Student to Student. And through this program, I had the opportunity to teach students about the Jewish people. Through the lessons, I noticed a severe lack of understanding about the Jewish people among many of the students and even some of the educators. To promote inclusivity and cultural understanding, it is crucial that schools provide accurate teachings about diverse people. By incorporating comprehensive lessons on the Jewish people into the curriculum, we can dispel stereotypes and foster an environment of acceptance. We must ensure that all curriculums do not perpetuate anti-Semitic tropes or delegitimize Israel in any way, shape, or form. Thank you.
Nash.
Hello. My name is Amin Nash. I am a research fellow for the Arab American Civil Council. We're located in Anaheim, Little Arabia. I just want to applaud the board for approving this curriculum that includes an accurate history of Palestine. The reason why I say this is because, you know, we had a question brought up, how do you teach Palestine? If you're taught who's in the right position, look at the curriculum. The curriculum states it. The curriculum was just approved. I grew up as an Iraqi American, and I knew that when the invasion was happening in my country, the teachers themselves did not know how to treat me, and they did not know how to treat my history. And if the board themselves were not listening to, I'm not saying this board, but the board where I grew up was not listening to outside forces, I feel like I would have been recognized. So I just want to say that the moral of the story is just to do the right thing, ignore the PR machines, ignore people coming in your DMs. They're all just going to annoy you. The last thing I'll say is that you're dealing with people who enjoy hummus and falafel every other day. The only thing is that one side doesn't want to admit that the Palestinians are the original recipe.
Thank you. Marisela Guzman.
Hello, my name is Marisela Guzman, and I'm here because I have 9 kids in the school district. And I just want to say that within the town halls, I think our parents' concerns have been overlooked. Because with safety, it was a recurring theme, and come to find out, Santa Ana School Police is operating at 50%, almost 50% capacity. So I think, and I would appreciate if you guys would address that immediately, because our students deserve that. The other thing is, I'm here in support of Mr. Goddard, the nutrition department head, and I'm here to ask for a central kitchen for our kids. I come from Newport Mesa, and if Newport Mesa can provide fresh food for all of their students, so can Santa Ana. So I already reached out to major grocery food chains, and I would like your support in having that project come to life. Our kids deserve it. Thank
you. Lorena Rivas.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Lorena Rivas Toribio, madre de 3 hijos de 3 hijos en el distrito de Santana. Primero que todo, muchas gracias al superintendente Yale y a todos los miembros de la mesa directiva. Hoy estoy aquí para pedir que se mejore la comida en las escuelas. Fui invitada para hacer un recorrido en la escuela Sarva, y estuve ahí el señor George, y para probar la comida que hacen ahí. Está deliciosa. Y me encantaría que esa misma comida le den en todas las escuelas de Santana. La nutrición saludable es muy importante para todos y claro para nuestros hijos. Muchas veces mi hijo de 11 años no quiere comer la comida que le dan en su escuela, no le gusta y no come. Y digo, entonces, ¿a dónde se va esa comida que él no tocó y no comió? A la basura. ¿Por qué no mejorar el menú en todas las escuelas? La comida de Sarabad está fresca y deliciosa. Muchísimas gracias por permitir a nosotros como papás opinar y expresar lo que queremos para nuestros hijos. Gracias.
Good evening, my name is Lorena Rivas Toribio, mother of 3 children in the Santa Ana Unified School District. First of all, thank you very much to the superintendent and the members of the school board. I'm here to ask you to improve the food that's served in the schools. I was invited to a tour at Saddleback High School to taste the food, and the food they make there is delicious. Mr. Josh Gadu was there. I would like for this food to be served in all the schools in Santa Ana. Healthy nutrition is very important for all our children, and many times my 11-year-old son does not want to eat the food that is served in his school. He doesn't like it, he doesn't eat it, so where does this food go that he does not touch? He didn't eat it, so it goes into the trash. Why don't we improve the menu? At Saddleback, the food is very fresh and delicious. Thank you for allowing us parents to express our opinions for what we want for our children.
I am Maita.
Hi, my name is Aya. I'm 14 years old, and I'm a proud Arab American Muslim, Palestinian, and Jordanian. I'm here today because my mom has always told me to be proud of who I am and to stand up for what I think is right. When I was younger, I would tell my teachers about Palestine. I was told Palestine doesn't exist. Even now in high school, I'm constantly having to explain and defend my Palestinian identity. One of the most impactful moments regarding my Palestinian identity was when I was in 6th grade. We were making a project and we were drawing a map of the Middle East and parts of Asia and Africa, and I noticed that Palestine was missing on the map. So I told my teacher that Palestine was missing, and she responded to saying that it doesn't exist. I was hurt by what she said, but in protest, I drew Palestine within the map and labeled it. And I didn't really need a history teacher to tell me that Palestine doesn't exist. I've heard people call my mom anti-Semitic for bringing awareness to what happens in Palestine and what the Israel government does. Thank you.
Wow. That's a great mom, guys.
My name is Selma. I am 11 years old and I'm in the 5th grade. I'm a Muslim, I'm an Arab, I'm a Palestinian, I'm a Jordanian, and I'm an American. People have asked me what Palestine was since I was small, and I get confused. My mom, dad, grandmothers, grandfather, aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends are all Palestinian, so why don't they know what it is? Palestine is a place where we get the best olive oil and melamia, which is sage, which sage comes from. Trust me, I know. It is the place where I want to go someday to see my grandparents' house, aunts, uncles, and cousins. It is the place I worry about because kids my age in Palestine don't have the freedom, safety, or peace I have. I worry about Palestine when I see what has done in Gaza or in Palestine by the Israeli army. My heart hurts because I can't help them. My mom says the way I help them is by telling people about Palestine, by praying, by making my voice heard.
Wow. That's great. Yeah, I like him.
Good evening. My name is Basha Jamil, and I'm here on behalf of the Council on American Islamic Relations. I'm here alongside a broad coalition of local nonprofits and civil rights organizations that represent Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Latino, Asian, and Arab American voices to urge you to keep the ethnic studies course as it currently is, including all content related to Israel and Palestine. Sadly, we see time and time again how any mention of Israeli human rights violations against Palestinians living under a brutal occupation for 75 years is met with accusations of anti-Semitism. Israeli human rights violations are well documented and condemned by every international human rights group. Last year, an independent UN report concluded that Israel's inhumane treatment of Palestine is by definition apartheid. It also described Israeli actions as crimes against humanity. Legitimate criticism of Israel is not anti-Semitism. Conflating this legitimate criticism with anti-Semitism is a tool long used by Israel to stifle voices that stand up for the human rights of Palestinians. Thank you so much for your leadership in approving this historic course. Thank you.
Mohammed Raza.
We'll wait for him to come.
Respected school board members, trustees, organizers, and citizens of Orange County. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammed Raza, and as a lifelong resident of Orange County, I have to thank the school board for taking the steps to portray history in its entirety rather than a whitewashed version that misinforms our children and does not provide them with the tools to do better. Over the last 2 years, and frankly, over the last few centuries, this country has been alive. There's always been a tilt to whitewash the histories of the oppressed, so that those in power can continue to oppress those they deem unworthy. This happened with Black history and the rejection of the 1789 Project. This happened with Latinx history, with the erasure of their indigenous heritage and their ancestry they have on this land that we occupy. And it has happened with Arabs who have been erased by the white categories in our censuses. But now that scholars have the ability to study and publish our stories, this is the age of information. It is our duty to teach these kids the reality of this world. We cannot coddle them anymore. We cannot teach lies. Free Palestine.
Thank you. That was powerful right there, guys. All right.
Mirvet Judah.
Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. My name is Mirvet Judah. I'm a Palestinian American and a leader in Orange County in the Arab American and Muslim community. I'm also a commissioner in one of the cities nearby. Well, I want to address, I had a speech written, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the points that were addressed here. As a child, I was called a terrorist all the time because of some of the things discussed regarding Muslim countries. I would never expect the history not to be told just because somebody was going to call me a name. I wish people didn't call me a terrorist, but it doesn't mean a history should be denied. ISIS and Taliban should not be discussed because of fear of Islamophobia. So that is my answer to you, my Jewish brothers and sisters and supporters of the Israeli government. Since about 10 years ago, the Palestine got removed from the map. And I would search, I had this obsession with globes. And I would go from place to place to try to find a globe that had Palestine. Unfortunately, only the ones from China have it.
The inclusion of this curriculum is important. Thank you, board, for taking leadership in representing historically marginalized communities. Thank you.
Please don't shout from the audience. I'm facilitating the meeting.
Who was that?
Patty Cavada.
Hello, my name is Patricia Cavada. I was born and raised here in the city of Santa Ana, and I'm a product of the Santa Ana Unified School District. I'm here because I read an article on the Voice of OC, and I was saddened when I read that in this article, this school board is not willing to partner up with the Santa Ana City Council to pony up the money for crossing guards. You get a lot of money. You got a lot of money with the American Rescue Act. You got a lot of money with the CARES Act. And you consistently do get a large sums of money. Why have you not signed a contract providing?
Say that.
providing crossing guards. What do you want to wait for? Do you not want to put in the money because it's being utilized for something else? Do you not allocate money for those things for your children? Do you not care not only about the mental health, but also their physical safety? Kids deserve crossing guards.
Thank you. I'll check in with them right now.
Farah L. Farah? Or Tara, sorry.
Sorry. Hello everyone, my name is Thawra. I'm part of the Palestinian Youth Movement. First, I would like to thank the Santa Ana School Board District for adopting and making an anti-racist, anti-colonial, and a truly inclusive curriculum that includes all marginalized groups, as well as Palestinians. And for this reason, it's important to continue to keep this curriculum, as well as supporting it and maintaining it, instead of having a whitewash in colonial ethnic studies. This is not a complex issue. It's very simple. Palestine is under a settler colonial military occupation, and it is an apartheid regime. And it should be taught only in that frame. Ethnic studies is meant to teach students about marginalized communities and their experiences, not the stories of their oppressors. Anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism, and equating the two is extremely dangerous, and it's only there to silence Palestinians for speaking out against the brutality that they face on a day-to-day because of Israeli settler colonialism. So supporting this is actually truly inclusive ethnic study curriculum, and it will be influential. Thank you so much.
Victor Mendez.
Good evening. I actually came to talk about getting money for prospective students who might be attending UCLA in the fall and going forward, and talking about helping enrollment numbers. Obviously, I won't be able to do that tonight. I'm moving forward and talking to UCLA in a couple of weeks and seeing how they can improve the numbers down here in Santa Ana. Let me be assured the money is there now. 350 Latino alumni came out and started a Latino Scholarship Fund, $150,000. The money's now there, so if anybody wants to go to UCLA this year can make it. There's also been another $15 million non-categorical donation from a wealthy donor. I'll keep you posted, but I'm sorry, unless you want to give me some more time to explain what's going on, I'll just leave this with you, how UCLA is trying to be a Hispanic serving institution in 2 years, and some of the money that's out there. And I'll have a discussion next week with UCLA and their executive director of admissions.
Thank you.
You can email me on the card.
We have stuff, if you can follow.
Heather Klein.
Good evening. Thank you for hearing me tonight. My name is Heather Klein, and I'm the board chair of Jewish Federation of Orange County. I come here as a leader, a community leader, and also a parent of 3 public school educated Orange County youth. I want to thank you for your partnership thus far in continuing our conversations about the ethnic studies curriculum, and to ask for your continued partnership. I greatly respect and value the public school education system, and other than parenting, you have the most important job in influencing our children. Given the difficult climate that we're in today, it's critical that we remember the power of words and teaching thought and influence. As such, I'd like to reiterate the importance that all SAUSD curricular inclusions meet the standards set out in AB 101. It's important that we work on this together to even unearth even unintended bias, and I look forward to those conversations together.
Yuri Rodriguez. Yuri Rodriguez.
Oh, guys, I'm gonna get that your own.
Buenas noches. Mi nombre es Yuri Rodríguez. Con todo el amor en Cristo, señor Almendares y su comité, le pido escuche la voz de su corazón. Dios siempre nos viene hablando, pero nosotros decidimos si lo escuchamos. ¿De qué le sirve al hombre ganar el mundo entero si pierde su propia alma? Desde la primera vez que lo miré en este momento, me inspiró un hombre de Dios. No, mi intención es que por favor, yo trabajé antes de Crossing Guard, cuidando a los niños. Nuestra prioridad son los niños que van a las escuelas. Queremos que no nos quiten el servicio de Crossing Guard. Entonces, porque primero la seguridad de los niños. Trabajamos juntos con los policías. ¿Por qué? Porque la ciudad tiene que estar segura. Gracias, que Dios los bendiga.
Good evening, my name is Yuri Rodriguez. With all the love in Christ, Mr. Almendares and your committee, I ask you to listen to the voice in your heart. God is always speaking to us, and we decide whether we listen to him. What good is it for a man to gain the whole world if he loses his own soul? From the first time I saw you here, you inspired me as a man of God. And I've been working as a crossing guard for many, many years. And our priority as crossing guards is to have children get to school safe. Please do not take away the crossing guards. Safety comes first. We work together with the police and the city.
I think where the video is cutting off from home, so if we can double check that while we move on.
Claudia Velázquez. Hola, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Claudia Velázquez. Soy mamá de 3 estudiantes, Jefferson, McFarland y Severstrom. Vengo y me presento ante ustedes para apoyar al Centro de Nutrición de nuestro Distrito Escolar de Santana. En todos los proyectos que ahorita está realizando el director Joss, porque queremos mejores alimentos, frutas frescas, variedad de menú en las comidas que les dan a nuestros estudiantes. Yo les invito a todos los padres de nuestra comunidad de Santana, de todos sus hijos que están aquí en todas las escuelas de Santana, que se acerquen al señor Dios para que les dé un tour sobre lo que tienen proyectos de comidas nuevas y de nutrición para nuestros hijos. En mi persona he estado en ese tour y estoy muy contenta y muy positiva que va a ser cosas buenas para nuestros hijos, porque siento que nuestros hijos se merecen lo mejor y la mejor calidad en alimentos, ya que sus alimentos son necesarios para nutrir su cuerpo y su mente desde la mañana hasta la noche. Gracias.
Good evening. My name is Claudia Velázquez. I'm a mother of 3 students at Jefferson, McFadden, and Segerstrom. I'm here to introduce myself and to support the nutrition center at our Santa Ana Unified School District and all the projects that Director Josh is doing. We want better foods, fresh fruits and vegetables for our kids, a menu with a variety of foods, and I invite all parents to come to the district, to get together, to support Josh in what he's doing. And he has tours where he shows the menu, he shares the foods that he's serving. And I've gone to the tours, and this is to improve the food for our children, because our children deserve the best quality of food. Thank you.
Vinny Nauko.
Assalamu alaikum everybody, my name is Vinny Nakhul. My whole life I've been living in exile. I'm Palestinian American, born in Artesia, California. And in the words of a Palestinian academic professor of literature at Columbia University, Edward Said, said, "It is so tiring and laborious an exercise to have to stand before you and assert my existence and explain my existence." And as you can see, many of my brothers and sisters are here doing that just today, all generations. And I don't know what else to say. It's not a complicated issue, and I commend you guys for taking the right side of history, of truly supporting the Palestinian people. And with that, I concede my time because this issue is not complicated. Thank you.
Abraham S.
Hello, everybody. My name is Abraham. I just have something to say here. Just as Native Americans were ethnically cleansed from their communities and stripped from their natural resources, just as the native kingdom of Hawaii was colonized by settlers annexed by the United States, Palestinians have been facing the same struggles of ethnic cleansing, settler colonialism, and apartheid for the past 75 years. This attempt to erase Palestine from the ethnic cleansing study or from the ethnic studies curriculum is an attempt to reiterate the non-recognition of Palestinians in our community and derail our solidarity movement with other indigenous groups. Today I ask you guys, how will you teach our history? Thank you.
Batul S.
Hello, everyone. As per the board's mission, in order to assure a well-rounded learning experience which prepares our students for success in college and future careers, we need to make sure that we look at our students as smart, intellectual beings that can differentiate the difference between anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism. To say that teaching students about my history, my existence, my people is anti-Semitic is an insult at our history, our existence, and it delegitimizes us as a people. So including it in the curriculum was a very empowering move to our people. We thank you very much. And I want to really emphasize, we need to have more faith in our students. They know. So make sure to include that in there and include history the way it's supposed to be said and told. Thank you.
Iyal Alpaca.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to use the paper anymore because I don't think 1 minute will do justice to this. Thank you very much for the board for seeing me and seeing my people. My name is Iyad Falka. I am a proud Palestinian American. I'm a proud grandson of refugees, Palestinian refugees, and I stand in front of you today and I can't describe how traumatized I am to be in this space to recount my life stories. Where should I start? Should I start with the collective punishment? Being in segregated communities, open prison, experiencing collective punishment, portioned water, while the settlements on the hills of my family land, they are enjoying the swimming pools. Should I start with the humiliation that my people get, and I get myself on checkpoints? Let's call it what it is. It is an occupation. Thank you.
Margarita González.
I wish to call you first. I'll take right now. A couple of bags.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Margarita González. Solamente quiero comenzar con que respeto al derecho ajeno es la paz. Soy la actual presidente del Consejo de Educación Especial y solamente quiero mencionarles que como defendemos estudios técnicos y como apoyamos a los estudiantes LGTB, También quiero pedirles que no se olviden que tenemos a los estudiantes de educación especial, que tenemos a los niños que son con necesidades neurodivergentes y que tenemos muchas necesidades con los estudiantes migrantes y aquellos que no tienen casa. Así es que no se les olvide de que todos somos humanos y que debemos de tener más empatía unos con otros. No es de divisiones ni de grupos, es que todos somos humanos y que necesitamos el apoyo de unos con otros. Así es que muchísimas gracias por estar aquí y pues me tengo que retirar. Gracias.
Good evening, my name is Margarita Gonzalez. I'm just here to say that the respect of everyone's right, it means peace. And I'm the president of the Special Ed Advisory, Community Advisory
I
Committee.
can't wait till I go up, guys. Don't worry, I'm right here. I'm silent.
We protect ethnic studies just like we protect LGBTQ students' rights. Let's not forget the rights for special education students and the neurodivergent students, as well as migrant students and homeless students. Everybody, we're all human and we all need to have more empathy. Let's not create divisions. We're all humans, and I'm here to support this, and I have to go. Thank
you. Talia Kayawa. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that.
She left.
Oh, she's gone. Thank you. Adam Overton.
Good evening, members of the school board. My name is Adam Overton. My pronouns are he and they, and I'm a member of the Orange County Jewish community. And I speak to you tonight as an individual and not on behalf of any organization or congregation. I'm here to support my Orange County Palestinian friends and siblings and to express my full support of the ethnic studies curriculum that you recently and bravely passed. I've had numerous occasions to sit down and hear their stories, real stories about the reality of living and dying in Palestine, of having entire branches of their families erased by the Israeli military's indiscriminate bombings, razed, demolishing of homes, evictions by ultra-Zionist settlers, and jailing and the torture of innocent loved ones. These stories are endless, they're beyond tragic, and most of all, they're real.
What's up, external?
The ADL and our allies come to you today asking for you to add a more balanced viewpoint in the curriculum that considers both sides of the conflict. But this is disingenuous. They have no intention of adding any perspective to the proposed curriculum. Instead, as soon as you decide to reopen the curriculum to their provisions, they will like to eliminate this, all of it. So anyway.
Mohammed A.
I strongly support the inclusion of Palestine as a topic within ethnic studies as it is already described in the curriculum. Analyzing the impact of Zionism, which is a settler colonial project on Palestinian land, encourages students to question power dynamics and work towards decolonization. When students become aware of the interconnectedness of social issues, they become equipped to engage in meaningful activism and advocacy. Teaching about Palestine in ethnic studies aligns with the principles of academic freedom, diversity, and intellectual inquiry. It encourages students to engage in rigorous analysis and draw informed conclusions. I want to stress that the ADL, which is leading the attempt to remove real history from the curriculum, is well known for its racist, Islamophobic, and anti-Palestinian rhetoric. The ADL holds the distinction of being the largest non-governmental police trainer in the U.S., while claiming to champion civil rights. It has also engaged in surveillance and subversion of immigrants' rights movements, farm workers' rights, and Palestinian liberation. When it comes to the ADL, in the words of Public Enemy, don't believe the hype.
Thank you. Noor S.
Hello, I just wanted to thank you all for your decision and also express my love for the community here in Santa Ana. I grew up in South Orange County and it was very alienating there, a lot of racism, and I took buses just to come up here to go to El Centro Cultural de Mexico, where I took this class called Un Mundo en Resistencia, A World in Resistance. And the person who led that is actually a teacher in your district who is also promoting this ethnic studies curriculum. And so I just wanted to thank you so much for taking this step. And I also wanted to add that I'm a social worker who works with suicidal children. And one of the main issues, or one of the key factors in children wanting to commit suicide, is feeling a sense of non-belonging. And this ethnic studies curriculum is expanding the sense of belonging, and it is keeping children alive, and it is a mental health intervention. And I want to thank you so much for that.
Kervin Bainley. Corbin or Corbin?
Good evening, my name is Corbin Bandy and I teach ethnic studies at Segerstrom High School. You're all about to hear from some of my students that are enrolled in the course, and I just kind of wanted to provide some context for their presentation. We've been taking part in what's called the MICVA Challenge. It's part of the ethnic studies curriculum, and it tasks students with identifying an issue in their community and taking steps to address it. And before we picked our topics, students gave a bunch of speeches about different issues we decided as a class and which issues to focus on. And what they've been working on for the past couple of months is extremely difficult, and most grown adults don't put as much effort into their communities as these students have. I'm extremely proud of them, and as members of the school board, I hope you all are as well. I also hope we take their thoughts to heart, as student voices are often disregarded despite them being an integral part of our schools, our school districts, and our communities. They have chosen the issue of sexual harassment, and their work and their findings are intended to address an issue that students themselves have decided directly impact them and their peers. And as a result, I implore you all to hear them out and work with students to address this problem. Thank you so much for your time.
Carieli Cortez.
We're here to talk about an important issue that has affected many of us and continues to affect us: sexual harassment. We must recognize that sexual harassment is not limited to any particular gender or age group. The experience of being sexually harassed can cause intense feelings of fear, shame, and helplessness, leading to long-term psychological effects such as anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. We as a class did our research on our own teams, including creating surveys, taking interviews, and creating social media accounts to spread awareness, and recreating sexual harassment for video research purposes. With all of that, we came to the fact that there was a high percentage of students who have faced sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is not only a violation of one person's personal boundary, privacy, and dignity, but it's an act of power and control, leaving the victim feeling powerless and vulnerable. Now let's bring in the points of the students at our school who have experienced some form.
Evelyn Santos.
Do we know how many students? Maybe we can have them line up so that we can hear it all together.
I think it's just a couple more.
There's
If I
like
could
two
have-
rows of kids. There's 2 rows of kids. It's
We
a
can
lot.
adjust the.
They just may not be in order. I'm sorry.
Do you want to grab the students and then we'll see what order they come in?
Evelyn? Yes. When us students step onto campus, we're here with the expectation that we will receive our education and thrive in an academic environment. But this isn't always the case. Some of our peers have experienced a form of sexual harassment on campus.
Let's keep in mind that the district's sexual harassment policy is very vague and has no clear instructions. The district policy says that if a student has been a victim of sexual harassment, to immediately contact his or her teacher, the principal, or any other available school employee. Any employee who receives a report or observes an incident of sexual harassment shall notify the principal or a district compliance officer. Once notified, the principal or compliance officer shall take the steps to investigate and address the allegation as specified in the accompanying administration regulation. When one raises portion of the policy that addresses what a student should do if they experience a form of harassment isn't very clear. There is no clear step-by-step allowing the policy to be interpreted in many different ways. Is the student supposed to tell a teacher, and what then? And how can students be reassured that reporting their experience to a teacher will get them just they deserve?
So we want to invite their name and then you sign the card.
I only have two, and I believe that's who's
Okay,
next.
okay.
Jonathan Gomez.
What you need to understand in the end from all this is that we want to improve the district's sexual harassment policy. To be more clear and to have a clear solution so that students do not feel ashamed nor dirty of what they have just experienced. It's important to raise awareness about this topic and send work towards creating a safe and respectful environment for everyone. No one should ever have to endure trauma, and it is time to raise awareness and take action to put an end to this unacceptable behavior. The feeling of being violated and powerless is something that never leaves you. It's a constant reminder of that disgusting act that was inflicted upon you, leaving you with a sense of shame and guilt that is hard to shake off. It's a betrayal of trust by someone who you may have thought was an ally or a friend. The fear and anxiety that comes with this can be deliberating, making it hard to trust anyone. Sexual harassment is not just physical harassment, but it's also mental.
Sexual harassment is not just physical harassment, but also mental and emotional. We need to stand together to put an end to this reprehensive behavior and to give a voice to those who have been silenced for far too long. Thank you.
Zane Shiada.
Hello everybody, and my name is Zane and I'm 8 and I would like to share something. I think everybody should be treated equally. We will fight back. You just don't see the fire, the bravery in us. That's why I think it should stay. We will keep fighting whether you like it or not. Thank you.
Good job, baby. Good job. Good job.
Oh yeah, David.
Hello, thank you members of the board for embracing Palestine within our curriculum. With this, we reverberate a message of valuing diverse perspective, acknowledging interconnection of global battles for justice, and admittedly rejecting the nefarious forces that endeavor to cleanse history through their whitewashed brushstrokes. We shall not bow to the dictates of the organizations such as the ADL, whose dark stains of bigotry and racism sully their every step. In this decisive moment, we shall etch an indelible mark upon the annals of history, revealing to the world that we stand shoulder to shoulder, unwavering in our commitment to an education that reveres the struggle of Palestinian people and embraces the transformative power of ethnic studies. Together, we possess the boundless power to reshape the narrative, to ignite a flame within future generations, and to fashion a world where every voice resounds, every story is cherished, and justice reigns supreme.
Robbie Abdallah.
respected board members. My name is Rami Abdullah, and I'm a local resident who has come here today to speak out in support of the school district's ethnic studies program and the inclusion of Palestine in its curriculum. This issue particularly resonates with me as I'm a graduate of ethnic studies at the undergraduate and graduate levels. As we know, ethnic studies is always on the chopping block and continues to face systemic barriers to its adoption and ongoing existence by those who seek to keep critical education that challenges established norms and dominant narratives out of the reach of the people. This is also particularly the case for Palestine and Arab American studies. Ethnic studies has always prided itself in being a space where untold stories are told. Unfortunately, this is not always the case for Arab American studies and for education around Palestine, even within ethnic studies. During my time as a student at UCSD, the only single Arab American studies course was canceled all 3 times I was there. I graduated from the University of Michigan with my master's, and that was the only degree granting institution that has an Arab American studies program connected to the ethnic studies program in the entire nation, and only one of 3 Arab American studies across the nation. This isn't because, thank you all.
Naui, and
hi, this is Naui Huitzilopochtli. It's been a while. Back in the scene. Salam and shalom. I'm speaking as an indigenous person. I know how it feels, or we know how it feels to get our land taken away. I sympathize with the Palestinian people because, as history has told us, that they were living peacefully, and some settlers, or some people call them squatters, took away their land, and they've been there for thousands of years because Arab people are Semitic people. And that's not, you don't talk about that, but Arab people are Semitic people because they're indigenous to the land. And I know the Jewish people are also native to the land too, but if you look at the history, the indigenous people, the Palestinians, have always been there. Thank you very much.
Julia Kelly.
My name is Julia Kelly. I'm a Cuban American Jew. I'm a part of Student to Student, which is a program where we go into classrooms and educate classes on every aspect of the Jewish experience. The students we presented to in the Santa Ana School District provided feedback in which they said how little knowledge they had about the Jews.
Yeah,
In
number
fact,
56.
most had never even met a Jew. However, I asked the class if they've ever heard any Holocaust or anti-Semitic jokes in school. They all raised their hands saying that they have. All they know about the Jewish people are the jokes and the tropes. What they are taught is all they're going to know, and this is why we need to revise the curriculum. And if I may add, we cannot tell Jews what is or isn't anti-Semitic. That is for us to decide. Thank you.
Janine B.
So I was at the April 25th board meeting where I saw this board shut down discussion of anti-Jewish and anti-Israel bias in the ethnic studies curriculum. I wanted to understand more about your ethnic studies, so of course I Googled it. I found the curriculum for English 9 ethnic studies course. I noticed in the course a supplemental reading called Decades After a Palestinian American Was Assassinated in California, 2 suspects in his killing are living openly in Israel. I was surprised to see this because there is no other mention of Jews anywhere in the course. This article is about Alex Odette, as was stated before, an Orange County Palestinian activist who was killed in 1985, almost 40 years ago. The article has 3 paragraphs about him. In contrast, it has 48 paragraphs about his Jewish killers. So when your students are learning about Jews from the Santa Ana Unified, thank you.
Robin.
So I've reviewed all 12 courses in the curriculum, and there's no recognition of penny of the contributions from the Jews that you're using in the curriculum. Howard Zahn and Abner Mitzvah would be rolling in their graves over the appropriation of their work. Your global history and global geography courses leave out critical Jewish experiences, including the fact that Jews have been enslaved, have been executed, and have been exiled in over 162 countries. There's no coverage of the Jewish refugee crises, Soviet refuseniks. There's no acknowledgement that Jews here in the US have been subjected to redlining, to college and hiring quotas, to immigration restrictions. The only explicit time that Jews are covered in your curriculum is when we are demonized as violent extremists.
Elena San Roque.
Hello, good evening. My name is Helena San Roque. A member of Honest Buying USA, an organization based in the Philippines for fighting for liberation. I'm standing with my Palestinian peers. I also speak as a Filipino and as an Armenian in our fight for an anti-colonial and anti-racist ethnic studies. I urge the board to protect Palestinian and Arab studies. Educators must not censor the truth to our students. We must teach them the reality of Israeli occupation of Palestinians and the crimes against humanity committed against them. Teaching historical facts should not be illegal. This is our duty to tell the history of Palestine. This is about affirming the experiences of the Palestinian people who have been exiled and discriminated against. That is not anti-Semitic, that is the truth. Right now, communities in the Middle East, from Palestine to Armenia and beyond, are under attack due to the Israeli apartheid state. The Armenians of Palestine also continue to face violence and occupation forces in Israel.
This is the crybaby right here, guys. That's the crybaby right there. Yeah, you ain't so bad no more, huh, Yoron? Crybaby. You've been exposed, Mr. Champion. Yeah, you had to walk away like a chump, huh? Your wife had to tell you what to do. Support the people, crybaby.
I'm here today at the Palestinian Ministry, organizing a federal and people like you all for setting an example for districts around the nation, for defending the truth and promoting.
I'm gonna hush the people from Palestine talking their voice, and you want to catch that crybaby over there, guys. That's what it is. I'm in public. I'm in public. I'm in public. I'm in public, crybaby. That's why I go live, to catch crybabies like you. Check that crybaby out, guys. That was the guy that was trying to hush down the people from Palestine and stuff. Look, check him out. Crybaby. Crybaby. This is for the people, guys. You guys see what I do? I do this for the people, so they can have a bigger voice. Now all the other guys that were in our group, now they're taking off. That's crazy. They're harassing like a crybaby. You see, guys, this is why reason I record. This is the reason why I record. Cause she be lying her ass off. How you doing, man? This is why I record, man. You see that? Crybaby. Yeah.
They have this opportunity to express themselves and what they
He was sitting with that group.
Yet, getting rid of this ethnic studies course would do just the opposite. I remember back in high school, the only mention of Palestine was literally after the conflict. Painting Palestine as a conversation. It was a small paragraph, yet they managed to put this narrative forward.
Crybaby.
I read this colonial law paragraph too many times to count. And when I asked my teacher about it, he said it was too complicated to discuss.
Hey, boo-boo.
It is separate colonialism. And while talking about the Palestinians in school,
My legs was hurting, fool. My legs were hurting. Can you hold my phone? Can you hold it? Where's the restroom, bro?
Oh, it's to the client.
Call me, give me a second.
They
Great, that's right. That's what we're asking. Because the student before, I don't know who said that we're saying that we want the curriculum they know. She didn't know they didn't understand that. She didn't know somebody is
Private business.
We are not working with
her ability to pay attention. That is indicative of the school choosing to leave out the critical part of the U.S. history. And we need to continue to teach indigenous struggles in the U.S., indigenous struggles in Palestine, indigenous struggles in the Philippines. They're all connected. And if we don't fight against those attacks, against these indigenous struggles,
You a student resource officer? Student resource officer? No?
Hell yeah. You just tripped out on that guy trying to shut the people down like on the thing. Like, don't do that, bro. Like, that's the reason why I record, you know what I mean? He's gonna teach you, crybaby. See that? Yeah, dude.
Orange County, and a former student of the Orange County educational system. I would like to express gratitude for the inclusion of Palestine in the ethnic studies program.
I appreciate it, man.
As it is.
Got
The
it.
misinterpretation of Bill 98
you're gonna be famous.
Listen,
Evaluate it. What you don't want to do, you put people on the spot. You're making my job harder because I'm getting emotional instead. I feel emotionally me what I need to do.
Excuse me, who are you? Who are you?
Dr. Gordon Quality.
Okay, nice to meet you. Have a good one.
Yeah.
So 15 years later, knowing and seeing that there is not
You're bothering me. Get away from me, please.
curriculum in the program, but in addition, having lessons on Palestine,
No.
lessons on Palestine that provide accurate history and current events about oppression, occupation,
Look it, let me tell you. Go home, colonizer.
diversity, and progress. Thank you.
Vete a la casa. Vete a la casa. Vete a la casa.
Neta. Vet a chingas. Órale, píquele. Cry baby.
Yeah.
Give me your phone.
Alright, so my name is Ryan, and I'm right here standing in solidarity with my Palestinian brothers and sisters. You know, a lot of times, you know, coming from, you know, a group of from a history of minorities and stuff, we have a lot of generational traumas. So I want to ask, what is the school board district doing for that? What resources are you guys offering to the students that attend those schools to deal with those traumas? The traumas that we endure daily, okay? Because and I want to ask also, where is the money that the school board district has? Where's all the money going to? And Santa Ana is one of the richest school districts, and we really want to know where the money is going, because the money is not going to the resources for the kids, because the superintendent makes $436,000 a year. Torres makes $185,000 a year. Quiroz makes $111,000 a year. And if you guys have money to fund the police, you guys have money to fund the kids. So focus on the kids, worry about the kids, their future, protect the kids.
The next one says South Central Audit.
the eagle. You know. How you doing, guys? I'm here. This is my first time in Santa Ana board meeting. It's really impactful to see you guys in unity. You know what I mean? It's very, very impactful. You know, we behind you guys. But I'm here just to address the board. You know, I really hope y'all doing your job right. Because remember something, guys. Don't forget it. You guys work for all them. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys even going about it that way. But I'm here to even address. Make sure you guys pay our crosswalk parents, because those are the people that worry about the kids and make sure they get to school safe. All you guys right here, probably one of you guys ain't got no kids. A lot of you guys are abuelitos, grandpas and stuff. Make sure you protect the kids. This is about the kids. It's not about us. It's about the kids, bro. And all I've been hearing about is about the kids. Trust me, Santa Ana is gonna get a lot of attention because of this. because the cameras are rolling. And to that jackass that was sitting in the back with the champion shirt, he led with his head tucking his tail. Stay tuned, guys. Have a good one.
Before my time starts, I want to thank this person right here. What's your name? I want to thank Javier for cleaning the bathroom.
Thank you. Everybody been telling me to. Don't worry, bro. Thank
Hello,
you.
my name is Feliz Aguilar, and I'm a current Santa Ana resident and UC Irvine student, in solidarity with all of my Palestinian siblings here today and across the world. I'm so happy that ethnic studies has been implemented in this school district. You should be proud that your students get a well-rounded education. It's not something that every student gets to have. I'm here to urge you not to give in to the censorship of Palestinian ethnic studies curriculum. While some may try to bully, harass, and threaten you into believing that Palestinian studies are somehow bigoted against Jewish people, let me remind you that the Jewish faith has been around for millennia, much longer than the settler colonial project known as Israel, which has been violently implemented by European powers over the last 75 years. Obviously, there's a lot of ignorance when it comes to the Palestinian struggle, and providing an ethnic studies curriculum that features and honors the Palestinian struggle will alleviate this lack of knowledge. Thank you for Palestine.
Joe Bader.
Hell yeah, the eagle has spoken, guys. Don't be a llorón. You already know, guys.
Members of the board, thank you for your time. I'm Joe Bader, a concerned parent. I'm really worried about the world we are creating for our kids. I'm worried we're not making the changes we need to get our youth to a better future, and I thank you for your service and time in doing so. A better curriculum is going to help us. A better curriculum is an improvement. Unfortunately, what you've chosen is not a better curriculum. It's flawed. It's got improvements, but there are flaws, and they reside in its bias and its one-sidedness, masquerading as inclusion. It will breed the hatred that everyone here has come to speak against. This curriculum is designed to foster bigotry and othering. It's carefully hidden in buzzwords like inclusion. Inclusion's good. We need to include things. We need to include the Palestinian story and the history. But we don't need to exclude things. Exclusionism, revisionism, false equivalency, and mislabeling, and creating demonization, those are problems that are embedded in this curriculum, and you need to root it out. I hope you can find a better solution. I trust you have the wisdom to do so. We need a better curriculum, not this one.
Llorón.
It's like, go home, colonizer.
You gotta shout stuff out in the comments.
That's the problem with the world right there.
Mia Sombasaki.
Dude.
Hello, I am Mia Sumbasakis, an Orange County resident and ethnic studies sophomore at UC Berkeley. In May 2021, as a leader of the Building Bridges Club at OSHA, I helped to create a presentation about the Israeli occupation of Palestine to contextualize the attacks on Sheikh Jarrah. Our meeting was shut down on the morning it was scheduled, and it took a coordinated student movement and almost half a year to meet with OSHA's administration to advocate for our freedom of speech rights. Once we were able to present, students were able to trace a clear timeline of events leading to what the United Nations currently recognizes as illegal apartheid in East Jerusalem and West Bank. The Nakba is an ongoing process. Palestinians still do not have the right of return to their land. I recently took a Palestinian history course at UC Berkeley taught by Usama Makdisi, nephew of Edward Said, which outlined the nuances of Palestinian livelihood from the Ottoman period to present day. This course covered a variety of activists such as Ahmed Tamimi, and we read, okay, to fact Palestinian history.
Andrew. Giselle.
My name is Giselle Bitar. Thank you for taking the time to listen to us today. I am the daughter and granddaughter of Palestinian refugees violently displaced in the Nakba, and I would not be standing in front of you if our history was not real. And you can bet that I wouldn't be standing in front of you here in this moment in defense of Palestine and this curriculum if our history and our culture was not actively being erased at every opportunity. Our history is real, our history is rich, and our history has too often been told by our colonizers, which unfortunately is all too often being encased with indigenous narratives. Thank you for passing this brave curriculum.
Lillian B. Hi there. My name is Lillian. I'm Giselle's mom. And my mom is the only survivor in my family. My grandparents, my father have passed on. She's a survivor of the Nakba. She was interviewed by the Institute for Middle East Understanding, and the LA Times and the New York Times would not take the story. So I'm here to tell you that I was also called a terrorist growing up, and I went to a Catholic school. I was told stories by my grandparents and my parents how their little village of Ein Kerem, they lived in peace with their Muslim neighbors and their Jewish neighbors. I have nothing to add except thank you for passing this curriculum, and I'm going to leave you with a quote that I like from Malcolm X. If you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and loving the people who are doing the oppressing.
Okay. Thank you. I mean, you have it, guys. You're welcome.
You wanna know what they do?
I used
That
to,
lady got
yeah.
me hot.
Yeah.
Like I had read all
There you
this
go, man.
stuff.
See my
He said,
YouTube channel. I'm live on YouTube.
happens,
right
you
now.
know?
I'm live on YouTube. Right now. Check it out for yourself. You know what I mean? I'm with the people, bro.
Yeah, because you take the daily,
Yeah,
the vendor.
Yeah, the vendors 100%. You know, and I said I do this for the
June
people.
11th, man, we're having a street vendor unity event, bro. It's Black, Brown, and Asian street
Check
vendor
on my
unity event.
Instagram. Put it on my story. And then you follow my boy Ryan. We had audits, you know?
You'll
We'll
see
be
us
on
there
there.
together, yeah.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you even educating her, you know what I mean? And letting her know, bro, like, you guys are doing too little too much, you know what I mean?
You guys do the same thing. Now do the same thing.
I appreciate you. You know, check out my YouTube channel. We live on YouTube right now.
Great.
Look,
You guys are badass. Thanks
look,
thank you.
and I'm live on YouTube right now. Look,
This
this is what we do for the people, you know, for you guys, you know, because sometimes they want to silence our voice. Chale, you know what I mean? Especially that Bulik, you know, the guy with the champion trying to shut. Shh, your time is up. You know that guy with the champion shirt. Why do you think he didn't want to speak up? I feel ran out. He tried to tell the people, the cops right now, oh, he's over there threatening me, harassing me. Shut your mouth. That's why I record, bro. Because they make allegations against people like us and they want to get us arrested, you know? Why calling us people like that? Straight up. That's why, and you see the video, it'll be on my live. I'm going to put it up right now and it's going to be right there. But I appreciate you, man, speaking up.
Thanks so much.
Tap in with your community. Tell them to tap in with us. Let us know, man. We'll be right there to support you guys.
Yeah, we're exactly. So
Thank you. Tap in us on Instagram, especially on Instagram.
Yeah.
We put a lot of stuff on Instagram and tap in
I'll
with
connect with you
us.
guys.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys stay safe.
Thank you. I have to hug you too, because thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Tune in for that street vendor unity event. Black, Brown, and Asian unity event.
I have to do it.
It's gonna
Thank
be
you.
in Long Beach. Go on his Instagram. We're gonna be
I'll send you a message. Mándame, diga, hey, I'm the guy at the singer. Got you.
Appreciate you.
Everything, man. Good, man. And you too, man.
Thank you, bro.
Well, they basically was here, bro, because you know how they were gonna be two sides. How you doing, guys?
Good. How about yourself?
Very good, very good. You know how they were like two sides. I speaking up, bro. That's badass, bro. You know we about that, bro. We about that. You know we about that supporting the cause. You know, like his brother went to stuff at his school, racial stuff at his school, and we got the sheriff fired from that school.
Wow.
So it's kind of good that to you as a teacher, bro, to hold those kind of stuff and get them to talk about it. It's gonna motivate other kids, bro. Straight out, it's gonna motivate other kids to do it. That it's okay to do it.
And then the reality is, it's like it's fucked up because teachers, you know, get the shit end of the stick, but it's like they're the ones who have to create that safe space.
Yeah.
Because it's like like creating that safe space is gonna help the kids, you know, speak up. Because the police is like they're only gonna be put at schools that are predominantly black and brown to incriminate the youth. to send them to continuation, and this continuation is going to send them to juvie or, you know, to prison.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Now you get into here, it's just like there's so much fucking new rules and regulations that is just meant to go against black and brown kids, and like creating that safe space is everything, man.
But did
It's
you see
everything.
how it changed the perspective on everybody when the cameras show up? You see that? It changed the perspective on the whole board meeting. They're gonna know because they're gonna be exposed, bro. Trust me, they're gonna be known. You know what I mean? So check out my YouTube channel. Look, check out my YouTube channel, man.
Oh, y'all were filming the whole meeting?
Yeah, I went to the whole meeting,
that's
bro.
cool.
I was live. I don't.
We activists for like street vendors, homeless, people of color in general. We show
Oh, that's
up, like,
awesome.
yeah.
That's what we
I'm
do,
pretty
bro,
sure
you know.
you've seen the stuff on TikTok. Everything you see on TikTok that's like street vendor, we're
Yeah.
affiliated with it.
That's cool.
Everything they do it. You know, tap in with us and you see on Instagram. Like you got Instagram, check out Instagram.
Yeah, for sure.
What?
On
Is that
Instagram,
the
just
QR
go
code
in.
right
No,
there?
that's the QR code for my YouTube.
Yeah.
But on Instagram, go
11?
South Central Audit,
Just
and boom, you see the same logo, bro. Tap in with me, man.
Yeah, you guys are doing
Appreciate
it.
you, man.
You'll see me on the Instagram is Ryan. Anything, bro, wrong with the school, whatever the hell it is, hit us up. We're here. We'll make shit happen, bro. With the police, be careful with them. Every encounter you have, record the ass. Everywhere. Protect the people. You feel me? You guys
Appreciate
stay
you,
safe.
man.
Appreciate you.
So there you have it, guys. You know, at a very successful meeting, man. You know, they got to hear us. I mean, it was really shocking to me to hear all the Palestine people, and you know, trying to preach. Look, this is what I noticed, guys. All the Palestine people were really preaching that positive stuff. We want to make a change, and all when the Jewish people started coming up, look at their demeanor, negative, boom, right away, boom. You know, here go the bootlicker was right here, bro. He boned out. And his wife came out. You're harassing me. Shut your mouth. But
All over there.
it's cool.
That's good.
Yeah. But South Central Audit. No, si quieres, I'm vamos al agua too. Then.
Estamos, my boy. You stay safe.
Appreciate you, fool.
Stay safe, my
All
boy.
right.
We'll tap in. Friday, my boy.
We tap in. So there you have it, guys. I mean, came to this board meeting, guys. Came to this chocolate board meeting, guys. You know, very successful. Very, very successful, guys. I mean, I've learned a few things, man, to even come out here and do my more research on the Palestine, you know, people, man. That's pretty inspirational, the kind of stuff that they're going through still, you know. I didn't even know, guys, that 10 years ago that they were not on the map. Up to like 10 years ago, like, dude, that's something crazy. Something crazy for me to even know now, you know. But the cause, man, they're fully aware of what we do out here, guys, you know. They seen us and they seen me, you know, of course. And they were like, oh, this is the guy, you know. So they already know, man. No Mr. No Directors, guys. That's what it's about. You know. It was a long ass life, guys. Long ass life, and I'm not gonna end my life neither. Doing this U-turn. Let's see. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I mean, like I said, guys, this is bigger than me, you know, bigger than anybody, guys. This is for the people, man. This is Palestine people having a voice, guys, you know. And like I said to you when I got there, man, it's really inspirational to see all the community right there, guys. I mean, literally all of them were there, you know. Like older people, young, even the kids that spoke, bro. I never seen that before, you know. It's pretty crazy, man. Who's right here, guys? Who is right here? Live in the streets, guys. Live in the streets, guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. Freaking junk, man. All that noise for what? Yeah, Santa Ana PD knew what's up, guys. They knew. We got the Yoron too, the guy trying to shut the people from Palestine, like, shh, time's up. Like, bro, what the hell's wrong with you trying to shut the lady up? That's how he jumped himself in the Yoron list. Have you seen the wife right away? She was like, you're harassing me. The cop looked at her like, woman, get away. I know you're an Orange County privileged person. Not today. Hell to the no. Buenas. You know I parked far as hell, guys. Hell to the yeah, I did. But yeah, guys, I'm in my life right here, guys. Now, you know what? I'm not gonna end it. Still a little ways away from my house. From my car. So. Appreciate everybody being on here, guys. Appreciate that. Big time. Cop was trying to tell me to be more lenient. I was being lenient. So I'm in there right here, guys. So I sent you out and I'm out, guys.